You ain't even seeing them evil demons. I got them. I thought them up on my sleep. You can call it insomnia. You probably catching your sleep if my words ain't catching on you. Even when thoughts are high, I still feel a little low. Ain't a thing that can kill the pain. Make me feel no more. Pockets got the munchies for money. I feed them how I can. Getting dollars, working harder than the blue collar man. Holla at me, man. Try to get the best of me. See, powerful and insane. Here's a dangerous recipe. One half of me is a saint. The rest of me's a sinner. I light them up to roast and then I eat them up for dinner. Light them up, light them up, light them up. Now so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find true love that I can find. There's a whole new world up in the upper air. So light them up, light them up, light them all up. Now so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find a new way to climb. It'll all make perfect sense. Light them up, flick it big to the air. It's a riot, something catch your fire tonight. We don't care. Though my life is a mess, I'm always dressing the best. Where easily I get past the finish line of rest there. It ain't fair, the situation that I was given. When I was a child, I barely had a pop to listen. My ears are glued to the music, that's why I never listen. My swag is so bright, it shines at night, and I glisten. So shining like a diamond. What up? Take a seat, the strap is seatbelt tight. I feel the beat from the beat all the way to you got you better. Duck is we about to run apart. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. Life's so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find true love that I can find. There's a whole new world up in the upper end. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. Life's so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find a new way to climb. It'll all make perfect sense in the end. And feel the beat from the beat all the way till you got you better duck, cause we about to run them up. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. Life's so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find true love that I can find. There's a whole new world up in the upper end. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. Life's so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find a new way to climb. It'll all make perfect sense in the end. You can't touch the bottom. I can find true love that I can find. There's a whole new world up in the upper end. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. Life's so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find a new way to climb. It'll all make perfect sense in the end. Ooh.
Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. Ba, 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 ba. Welcome to the Ravencast, where we will have a good show for you tonight. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Ravencast. I am your host, Lord Triton, and we're here with the usual crew. And today we got a long show for you guys tonight, just like yesterday. A lot of good topics, just like yesterday. Hopefully, everyone's doing good tonight, and we're gonna get right into the topics. Before we do, we obviously got to do what we always do: check up a chat panel. So far in chat, we got hello Thunder. What is up, my friend? How is it going, my friend? Hopefully, you are doing well today, Thunder. And now let's go ahead and get to the panel. So the panel, starting with Torin. How have you been doing?
All right, I guess.
That is good. What about you, Jim?
I'm here. I'm queer. Gattaca. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. I'm doing good myself. In fact, we got a lot planned, so today we'll be covering the Kaycetron, Extra Emily, drinking and driving, covering that whole situation. Two thoughts, basically drinking and driving and being irresponsible. And then, Reckless Ben speaking out national TV. I don't know if Sneako went on the Infowars today. He was supposed to, but I don't think he ever went on. But we'll check up with that anyways and just see how that's going. And then we also got that Destructor interview. And then after that, there's a James Fishback event I'll be going to, and I'll be live streaming that later tonight. So, yeah, we got a lot going. In fact, I'll be ending stream after the Destructor interview, going to a James Fishback event, and then re-streaming that just so you guys are, have some content and all that. So, got a lot planned. So, let's go ahead and get to our first segment, 614. And what is the first segment I have for you guys today? Oh, it's Kaycetron and Extra Emily drinking and driving. That is right. They are drinking and driving. So let's go ahead, put the timestamp up, and we'll go ahead and get right to it. 6:14. All right. So now let's go ahead and get to it. So Jim sent me that in DMs. It's a Gundam video, right? Jim?
Which one?
It's the Gundam video?
Yes.
All right. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Also, I don't think it'll be an issue, but we are having a little storm, so if I do end up cutting out in mid-ends because it's storming outside.
Yeah, I've agreed to host in case that happens. So if the stream restarts, that's why.
All right, so let's go ahead and cover. So, Kaycetron and Extra Emily both get banned for drinking and driving, and guess what? It's a temporary ban, guys. It's not no permanent ban. It's a temporary ban. These people literally get away with anything on Twitch. If you have a pussy, you literally get away with anything. Literally.
I wonder if they'd be saying the same thing if they ran over someone.
They probably would. Because that's the thing. If a male ran over someone, man, Twitch will make sure that person will never come back. But because it's a female, man, they'll just say, oh, she just made a mistake. Because Dan Clancy's such a fucking simp. Let's go ahead and get into this.
I can't look at chat anymore. I don't want to pull an extra Emily. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I love her lack of energy. Go, girl. Give us nothing.
Maybe you shouldn't even be behind the wheel if you're fucked up. Maybe, that's the thing. That's a common sense. It's don't be behind the wheel if you know you're going to be fucked up. It's obvious. Super obvious. Yet these bitches don't understand or care.
Modern streaming culture is a clear sign that the Twitch community is infested with Christian caliber humans and the engineers of tomorrow.
The video footage here was from Kaycetron's riot just a few years ago. He promised PlayStation 4s and didn't deliver. The black children stormed the streets.
Police that had to save him from the very mess he created.
What am I gonna do? I'm Hitler's top guy. What am I gonna do? Adolf Hitler chose me to lead the revolution.
He's not funny at all.
Of their content creators. Extra Emily is among the anointed ones who have Dan Clancy's phone number on speed dial just in case they're ever upset with TOS.
Told you he's a fucking simp. I told you he gives these girls special treatment. She literally has his personal phone number, and he's probably like, hey, I'm going to have to ban you, but don't worry, I'll bring you back because he's a fucking simp. He's not a good CEO. He's not a good guy to run a streaming platform because he clearly has favoritism. He's a fucking simp. He's a fucking bitch. All he fucking does is fucking give women special treatment while the men he's fucking hard on.
Except Hassan.
Except Hassan, because that's the thing. He believes in Hassan's stupid messaging. If you're a male like me that doesn't have left-wing messaging, you can't do anything. He'll literally ban me for just saying the word retard, even though I'm autistic. Literally. That's how bad it is.
Enforced upon them.
One day, Dan Clancy's gonna get called creepy by an e-girl and get fired. Then maybe, just maybe, Twitch will have a CEO that isn't a clout-chasing gooner weirdo.
So in back of, I think it was TwitchCon 2024, Will Neff was back there. Some other top streamers were back there. And Extra Emily and Emeru were back there. Brother, he did not talk to a single other fucking streamer. NMP Lowell was also back there. He can vouch for this. Dan Clancy was talking to Emeru and Extra Emily exclusively.
Because he's a fucking gooner and he's a fucking weirdo. He's literally a fucking weirdo CEO. He's one of the CEOs that literally he uses his position just to get with e-girls. I feel like he's only CEO of Twitch so he could just get into e-girls' pants because that's all he does with his fucking job and position is to get into e-girls' pants. That's all Dan Clancy's known for is literally getting in e-girls' pants and giving e-girls special treatment. That's all he's known for.
To talk to him, I was met with a one-word response.
Not now, Chief. I'm in the food zone.
There was another male streamer, Russell, who went to go talk to him. He was met with a laugh and a one-word response. And then he went to continue to talk to Emeru and Extra Emily. I'm telling you, this guy is a coomer. This guy is a...
Tectone's right. He is a fucking coomer, and he's a fucking gooner, too. He's fucking weird. He's fucking weird. He's fucking disgusting. He uses his platform to just, get favors off of Twitch e-thoughts. It's literally fucking true. That's all he's done is just use his platform to get favors from e-thoughts. Literally.
Gooner, and the only thing he cares about is female attention. It is embarrassing as a 70-year-old CEO of our company with a wife, how much preferential treatment he gives women. It's embarrassing.
Put your tits in this. So she has her tits on my shoulder and she's holding them up. I'm holding the award, taking these selfies, posted one on Instagram. And Dan Clancy is just staring right at us, just going, maybe you were there. It was after the movie event that we did.
I was there.
Yeah. And he was like, guys, I'm actually having a hard time what to do with pools and hot tub section. What do you think?
Even the e-thoughts he simps for are uncomfortable. It's just the only ones that are not. It's just Kaycetron and Extra Emily because of the thoughts. But even other Twitch girls are like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable with this fucking weirdo.
And he pulled out his phone and showed us his Twitch. And he was like, yes, I do watch these girls. He's like, this is something
that... segment's funny. Driving while Asian. You definitely picked a good video to react to. I ain't gonna lie.
We have absolute problems with.
He's a monster.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say he's a monster. I'd just say he's a fucking gooner, fucking loser.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Anyway, Extra Emily got in trouble for
DWA, driving while Asian.
Reckless driving for a third time. And for her, that was a 24-hour ban. But in the case of anyone else like Asian Andy, it's a lifetime ban. Sorry, buddy.
What? So they banned someone for literally eating chicken nuggets while driving? What the fuck? See, people always ask me, oh, why don't you stream on Twitch? Why would I stream on Twitch? I can literally get banned for just driving while eating chicken nuggets. But yet this bitch can fucking drink and drive recklessly. And guess what? She's fine. She's able to only get a 24-hour ban while Asian Andy got banned for 9 years and still is banned. Basically got a permanent ban for eating chicken nuggets in the car. Even though he drove in safe, he probably didn't kill anybody. Probably didn't even get in a wreck. He just drove while eating chicken nuggets while eating food, which is not even illegal.
At least he was alert and not drinking.
And not drinking and under the influence, not being a fucking retard.
Could have tried being sexy and attractive for Dan Clancy.
Bro, 9 years ago, I'm still banned for eating chicken nuggets and driving. Twitch, please. I just want to play Maple Story and stream.
Not happening, buddy. Dan doesn't think you're cute.
This guy was the guy in charge of the Twitch partners when I got permabanned on Twitch. He would solicit nudes from girls and fast track their partnerships, and even sexually assault a partner and promise to help her career. But I get banned for 9 years for just driving and eating.
It's a clear double standard. That's what the problem with Twitch is. They have a clear fucking double standard. It's a clear double standard. It's a wrong double standard to have, and that's the problem with Twitch is they have a bad fucking double standard.
This guy's name, but I got a clip of Simpson Bear complaining about him not helping her quick enough. I guess the used panties didn't make it in the mail on time. I was going to play the clip for you, but she is dropping the F-bomb for a bundle of sticks. like there's no tomorrow on Twitch, which is wild because people get banned for life for less. What she doesn't understand is this dude did her such a solid. If this was a dude or anyone else, she'd have been gone and she would never be able to sell her adult content effectively, if not for a pervert that worked on Twitch shielding her like Captain America. And the best part is she's reading this and putting him on blast like he couldn't do enough for her. Holy Jesus, these women have no moral compass.
That's why I don't understand. It's like, why does Dan Clancy even like go for bat for these e-girls when even if you just give them a light punishment, they still, even though like you ban people for way less, you give them special treatment
because everything is feminist coded and feminism is Jewish coded. That's why.
It's all Jewish coded, it's all feminist coded, and that's the thing. That's why there's all these double standards because of all this fucking feminism being pushed by a lot of these Jewish supremacists.
They're grateful for nothing.
You would do that. Not just ban the idiot. I can't help even with this. Bitch, you can never help Hassan. Who are you kidding?
Isn't she lovely? She's good. Gorgeous.
Anyway, point is, this dude was a massive creeper, a huge piece of shit, one of many that work at Twitch. And the platform sweeps.
Does he still work at Twitch? Jim, do you know if he still works at Twitch? Jim?
No, he does not work at Twitch.
He got fired. Oh, so he did get fired. Okay.
All of these.
I'm just making sure that I get the facts out there. So this guy no longer work at Twitch. Okay, cool. Still, it's like, why did he even work there in the first place if he was doing this shit? Like, it took him a long time for him to get fired.
I'm waiting for the day Dan Clancy gets outed for the shit.
I hope he does. And when he does and he gets fired, I'll be
We have enough evidence that suggests he's doing it, but we don't have any like solid proof because no one's come forward yet.
Yeah, because that's the thing. All these fucking influencers are all in on it. People like Hassan, people like Kaycetron, Extra Emma, they're all in on it. And if they go against Dan Clancy, then they lose the fucking special privileges.
The real problem here is Amazon, the parent company. They see Twitch as a loss too. That's the funny part, but they're still letting it go anyway because quote unquote messaging.
Mm-hmm. They only care about the messaging, and they only care. It's not
and the ESG score and shit.
And like I said, it's not even truthful messaging. It's not even real messaging.
Here that they are. Let's just get back on point.
In this day and age, there's only two types of people I fear and that can kill you faster you can blink an eye. Asian female drivers and female police officers.
Racist, sexist, homophobic.
And now a word from our sponsor.
If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their app.
Oh, sorry. Okay, my bad. That was my bad.
I mean, it's good advertisement.
My.
At the
I'm
same
here
time,
for the content. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue.
yeah, exactly.
Oopsies.
After watching this clip, you realize that Extra Emily's in her own world while live streaming. Check your mirrors, check your blind spot before.
Is there any evidence that she was under the influence? Because I'm not seeing, because he hasn't shown any so far, which he could be later in the video. The gym.
Yeah, there's evidence.
All right.
It was basically her. It was basically her almost hitting somebody. She just said it right like 2 seconds ago. She basically
so it wasn't under the influence. It was literally reckless driving.
She was reckless driving.
So
Now,
she wasn't under the influence.
no, but
Was Kaycetron under the influence?
yes.
Okay, so that's the mix-up. Okay, so she
Kaycetron
wasn't under the
looks like she's in a
influence.
perpetual
She was
state
just
of crime.
basically pulling an average Asian female of just reckless driving like a bitch, basically.
That reminds me of this one sitcom I saw once.
The thing is that she shouldn't be looking at chat while she's fucking driving.
No, because it's like you gotta focus on the. See, at least with Sneako, like when Sneako does IRL streaming while driving, he has a cameraman and he has someone reading chat while he's driving.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it, or you're supposed to have moderators.
Yeah, same with
clamped
Baked
up.
Alaska too. Like Baked Alaska, whenever he's driving, he has his friend, he has one of his buddies read chat for him, and he asks, "Hey, what's chat saying?" Because he can't pay attention because he's fucking driving. At least men know how to fucking do that. At least they know how to say, you know what, hey, let's have a friend come with us. It's like, why didn't she have like one of her friends or somebody like on her team come with her? Because she's big enough to have someone like want to come film with her and all that. Why not just have a camera person to come, have one of your friends come and read chat while you're driving? That way you're not reckless driving on stream and you don't fucking crash into somebody. That way, like, think smart, bitch. Like, why are you being dumb? Like, why don't you have somebody hold the fucking phone or camera while you're driving and have them read chat, so that way you can read chat while you're driving? Because that's the thing, if you have someone else reading chat for you, then you won't have to worry about multitasking. Duh. She definitely should be in jail for reckless driving. Exactly. She should be, because that's the thing. Reckless driving is against the fucking law. So you are right. She should be in jail for this, because that's the thing. She's fucking breaking the law, full blank, breaking the fucking law live on stream.
Fuck that. It's Emily's world.
I got a funny story.
Yeah, what's the story?
I saw this old 80s sitcom. It's called Night Court, right? Well, in this one episode, he was having to do a trial for an illegal driving school, right? The driving school is basically hooking up a video to a VCR or a TV to a VCR with a steering wheel in front of it as driving instructions. And apparently one of his students got into a wreck or nearly got into a wreck and violated a traffic rule. Anyway, it was an Asian woman, and she says, "I never drove a car before. Boy, are they fast."
Did they ever get in trouble for that?
Oh yeah, she got it. The driving school got in trouble for it. Yeah, and their teaching equipment was confiscated.
All right, let's continue.
She really is the Family Guy meme brought to life.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
That's literally her. That's literally so accurate. That's literally her. Like, hands down. That literally is her.
I forgot about that Family Guy kind of
Lovely.
gag.
It's fine. We are making it. Good thing they did the.
Bro, she's literally doing it. She's literally doing it. Literally doing the meme. Literally doing the meme.
Their horn. Oopsie. It's fine. Good thing they did their horn.
It's so true, though. It is so true. Nailed it. Literally, it's a Gundam. Fucking nailed it to the coffin. Nailed it to the T.
I had autopilot on and I literally took it off. And then that's when that happened.
She's just like, slide bitches, sorry. At least I used the horn. Whoopsies. Whoops. Wow. Sorry, guys. At least I'm still alive. I don't care about the other people.
Bro.
Did she just admit to relying on Tesla's autopilot feature to help her drive? That shit is not foolproof, my dude. And now it kind of...
That's why I say Elon Musk is a fucking fraud, yet people don't want to listen. Oh, Elon Musk fish Twitter. He's still a retard. Fucking dumbasses.
Oh, yeah, he's a
worries
fucking
me about
dumbass.
how many
He's
people
also
are in
a little
Teslas.
bitch.
Yeah, he's a fucking sensitive little bitch, too.
Yeah, I remember the
They're just
time
dis-
he got called out for the game shit, where he was getting other people to play games to fake his scores in games.
Yeah, literally, because he's trying to fucking fit with the fucking right-wing gaming crowd. That's all it is. He's trying to just...
I mean, there's no doubt the dude's not a gamer. The thing is, I don't think he plays games nearly as much as he lets on.
No, he doesn't.
He's too busy to do that.
He's too busy. Not only that, but he's literally like working with like other countries and stuff. Benjamin Netanyahu came out and said, I talk to Elon Musk every single day, and we're working together to make sure we further Israel. And Elon Musk is on. He literally came out and said that today. And it's like, if you guys don't think Elon's bought out, then I don't know what's going to convince you. If Bibi Netanyahu coming out and saying, hey guys, Elon Musk is helping me further Israel with his technical abilities, it's like, what else do I have to fucking prove to you if the fucking Prime Minister of Israel fucking came out and said it? Fucking retards.
Brain dead. Another crash and more grief as questions swirl around Tesla's self-driving tech. Lawyers and families of the victim
Oh shit, it was a fatal Tesla autopilot crash.
told NBC News they take issue with how Elon Musk markets self-driving technology.
It's all a fucking grift. Self-technology is not even fucking there's so many stories of self-driving Teslas just randomly catching fire. In fact, a few people ended up dying because of that. It's like Elon Musk clearly doesn't know what he's doing, but yet for some reason everyone keeps putting their trust into a fucking retarded autistic guy. It's a retarded autistic guy saying it too.
Next time Extra Emily could go through someone's living room, and I am here for it. That's what I call musty TV. Shit, how do you do an Asian impression? Musty TV. Twitch didn't give a rat's ass at first that Extra Emily had done this dumb shit, because she's done it 2 times before. Hell, Twitch staff even thinks it's cute. The only reason they banned her was after a major backlash on Twitter, and they only did it for a single day.
I bet you Dan Clancy sent her a text and said, it's okay, sweetie. I just banned you 24 hours to avoid backlash. You can come back, though, when the backlash is done. Love, Seb, Dan Clancy.
Oh, yeah, it must see TV.
Please don't be mad at me, Extra Emily. I still want to see your pussy pics.
I was imitating an Asian person.
I was imitating Dan Clancy.
Gayest attempt at PR damage control since the last time they banned Hassan Piker for demanding the death of a U.S. senator. They literally waited till news outlets picked up on it, and they're like, okay, we banned him for a day. He's learned his lesson. And when you think about it, Tactone was banned for 14 days for calling Frogan fat. I was banned for 7 days because I upset Pokimane. And
this is why I don't go on Twitch, because I know I'll be banned on Twitch. At least with YouTube, it's like I haven't been banned on YouTube yet. I still lasted streaming like 2 years. Now it's like, that's the thing.
I even said something inappropriate yesterday, and no one noticed.
No one, that's the thing. Nothing, it didn't get flagged.
No, I did apologize for it because it slipped out. But
that's the thing. It's like YouTube's actually you're technically allowed to say the hard R once, but you can't repeat it. That's
it's like saying fuck in a PG-13 movie. You're only allowed to use it once.
Yeah, that's the thing. YouTube doesn't care unless you're repeating it. If I just yelled it 50 different times, it's yeah, I'm probably gonna get banned or at least the video taken down. But other than that, it's not strict as Twitch where you have to walk on eggshells. Twitch, you literally have to walk on eggshells. It's you won't even get actual Triton if you're on Twitch. You'll get a, hey guys, it's Autistic Retard here. I can't even say Autistic Retard. Hey guys, it's Autistic Nice Guy here, and today I'm here to sent for e-girls. That's all I can literally do is do that. That's the only, and I'm not trying to do that.
Wasn't even streaming on the motherfucking platform for 2 months.
I am ready is about to set sail. This kind of day couldn't get much better, but it keeps on trying.
Dan Clancy is simping for this? What the fuck? Get some standards at least. You fuck. Oh, God.
Pushing 30, by the way. Why is no one hating?
Pushing 30, and yet she's acting like this. It's literally how, girls, when I went to that's literally how girls in my high school went. Girls my age act like that.
I'm all for girls acting youthful, but come on, man. At least show some maturity here.
Oh my God, this is a goddamn nightmare!
Extra Emily is Baby Shark for brain-rotted Zoomers with no direction in life.
And Dan, and that's the thing. And I imagine this is Dan Clancy giving the.
I think that's supposed to be.
Yeah. Hey, I like that. I like that. She's cool for me. I ship for her. She sends me nudes behind the scenes.
Asian fetish. I'm serious. With each passing day, I wonder how the hell is she popular. I'm beginning to believe she's an industry plant or a psyop.
Weekends.
And
she could be, but she just could just be a fucking retard that Dan Clancy's propping up because he's a fucking horn dog. Could just be simple as that. Like, not everything has to be a little.
What's even funnier is Dan Clancy's married.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Apparently, his old ass fucking wife doesn't give him the attention he needs because he fucking sets for these e-girls. If you're Dan Clancy, hold on. Dan Clancy's pulling a tipster. He's literally pulling a tipster. A married guy sipping for e-girls. Imagine soon Dan Clancy troons like tipster does. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked in 10 years.
He's already got the long hair for it.
Exactly. Pretty soon he's going to be wearing fucking tranny wigs like tipster.
Weekend.
It's not even shit on tipster because I didn't make peace with him. It's just like, bro, that's just not. I bring it up because it's like, what the fuck? You don't expect. Yeah, I didn't expect it for someone like tipster.
Yeah, I know.
I promise all my life he knows who you are.
He does?
The reason why I know because he was at my studio last year. He was recording something.
I love The Weeknd.
I'm not gonna say what he's been recording, but
yeah,
he's recording something.
That's the best gift.
Oh, so The Weeknd fucking simps for her. Good. That means he's a fucking fag.
You never tell me.
I don't give a shit.
See, like your average repeat offender in a blue state, she revolves in and out of the system. She really brought it home by pretending to hitchhike in light of the one-day Twitch ban. Then she caught a ride from a police officer, which I'm pretty sure was staged. I don't even want to bother looking for this clip because I'd rather save the brain cells needed for this for my deathbed so that I may have a coherent sentence when I go out in misery. Later in the day, she even gave a heartfelt message that was like a speech from Winston Churchill during World War II. The simps lined up to throw money at her, almost killing someone. I nearly wept tears of joy as the little
bad people.
Yeah, that's another thing. So I guess the thing, women's like, we don't want all this stuff to happen to us, but then they put themselves in stupid situations. Like, maybe don't hitchhike by yourself then.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't put yourself in vulnerable situations. Like, if you guys know you guys are vulnerable, don't put yourself in those situations.
Ron James of being
a lot of
brain dead female.
vulnerability is all manufactured, and it's just the feminists saying, "Hey, you need to be afraid of this and that because this is bad and that's bad, and you shouldn't have a normal life because you should be afraid of this."
Exactly.
Dreamer returned to center stage. God be praised, Emily's back.
Okay, sorry, my brain's all over the place. I'll just say my thing before so I can just say it now. But if you don't know, I was suspended 2 days ago for distracted driving, and I clearly understand why I was suspended because it's very dangerous, and I want to learn from my mistake and do better in the future. So from now on, I'm going to try to minimize the amount of driving that I'm doing on stream. And
why don't you just get a fucking camera person to fucking film you driving and we chat? That way you don't have to multitask. You could still drive like a normal person, and you could still, look, just fucking, it would all
that
be
involves
resolved.
putting in effort.
Not really. All you have to do is just have someone else hold the fucking camera or phone, whatever device.
Yeah, I know, but for her that is hard.
How? She literally is famous.
She's stupid, that's why.
She's famous. She can literally have someone on her team.
Yeah, I know.
Friends pull up.
Yeah, I know. That's the point I'm trying to make here. She's too fucking stupid to do it and too lazy.
You could even be a fucking lazy person. Sneako's fucking lazy and he still has someone do that. He still does the bare minimum. Fresh and Fit, they're fucking lazy and they still fucking put that work. It's like it's even a lazy person. All you have to do is just go do. Hey, can you show up while I stream? So like when I drive, can you just leave chat? Yeah, of course. That person shows up. Boom. In fact, it's more work. It's less work for her and more work for another person. So in reality, it's for one, saving criticisms. No one can say she's reckless driving, especially if she's driving good. Like if she's, as long as she's driving good and not multitasking. And not only that, but someone else is doing the chats for you. Someone else is reading it. So it's literally minimum work and minimum criticism. Literally.
If I do drive on stream, I'm definitely going to have the chat off.
Or have someone read the fucking chat or film you drive, bitch.
I just want to do better and not make the same mistake.
Yes, clearly someone's hold on. Doesn't it seem like someone's filming because like the camera's like going up and down? You have someone filming this, but that person can't film you drive? That's fucking
what
weird.
the hell's wrong with you?
So you're gonna have someone film your apology video, but you couldn't have that same person film you drive. It doesn't make sense. It literally doesn't make sense at all. You have a camera person for this moment, but you couldn't have a camera person while you fucking drive. Are you that fucking stupid, bitch? Like, is she fucking that stupid, that fucking retarded? Lock her up. Honestly, I agree. She needs to be locked up because she's so fucking retarded.
Again and again. So
Look,
I do
the camera's
feel
moving. She does have somebody filming. So you're telling me this person couldn't film you fucking drive? They're a fucking terrible camera person.
really bad for like being distracted and not being safe on the roads, and I totally understand why people are like, what the heck? Like,
Extra Emily and Sykkuno are perfect examples of streamers turning 30 years old, and when they get caught doing messed up things, they act like an
That's another Asian bitch saying that. Holy shit, even your own people don't like you. Your own people.
Turns out the whole Sykkuno situation was blown out of proportions because it was a bunch of female
I don't know
being
who that
fucking
Sykkuno
retards
person
and holding
is.
grudges against him over some shit.
Well, I don't know who that person is. I just
Yeah,
noticed
he would basically got in trouble for sleeping around with multiple people.
Are they 18 plus?
Yeah,
Then who gives a fuck?
he was basically
Anime
cheating on women, and women were throwing a big hissy fit about it.
I mean,
on
that's
Twitter.
his personal life. I mean, I don't.
Including like one or two VTubers.
That sounds like that's a personal problem. See, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, cheating's wrong, but I'm not going to care. Oh, someone cheats on the wife. What does that have to
So
do
the dude's
with
a
that?
man whore. Big fucking deal.
Big fucking deal. The women have a right to be mad, but why am I another man to be mad about another man's relationship? As long as I don't cheat, why do I have to care? You know?
instead of just owning up to
Yeah,
what they do.
but if a female does it, it's just good business.
Oh yeah, if a female does it, it means she's
Female
a fucking
does
slut
it.
and
Oh,
everyone
they
wants
deserve
her.
to get praised because the man's evil, whatever. It's like fuck off.
yeah.
Well, to see your sub count just skyrocket.
W's in chat, everyone. Yes, Emily. I mean, this has happened 3 times now, but I'm sure you'll get it right this time. You are
Wait,
so
she did
awesome
it
for this.
3 times?
There was a time when
this
this
isn't her first time doing it.
Nope. She's done it 3 fucking times. She's
I
never
don't
gonna
have a
fucking
camera,
learn.
but I am slapping my forehead repeatedly right now because this. Oh my god, this is so fucking stupid.
kind of thing.
She's never gonna learn ever. She's probably fucking.
She's only gonna learn after she kills someone.
She's probably reckless drive. If she does it on fucking air, she probably does it off air all the fucking time. Her driver's license literally needs to be revoked. Literally.
I'm waiting for her to kill someone. on
Donald
stream.
Trump, if you can hear me, please find your way for your officials to revoke this bitch's driver's license, please, and thank you.
Shocked and bothered me, but
And BB Netanyahu, if you can hear me, use a fucking Jewish influence to get this bitch off the fucking road. Since you want to control America, how about you do something right, you fucking stupid Jew?
now no longer. We live in a world where people are giving Kylie Jenner money so she could become the world's first and youngest female billionaire. We're now watching Twitch viewers give Extra Emily money for being a dangerous driver and saying sorry again, and getting preferential treatment on Twitch. Asian Andy can kick rocks, but save Emily, everyone. These people are the same humans that would scream about the injustices of any other system in this country, except the corruption that they see every day on Twitch. Because
Well, it's because they benefit from it. That's why a lot of these leftist retards benefit from the corruption on Twitch, and that's why they're never going to bitch about it.
they're parasocial for an average Asian girl that has a massive list of dudes she fucked during her, and I quote, hoe phase.
I have a note in my Apple folder. It has the list of every person that I've had sex with, and I rank the sex.
Is Dan Clancy on that list? If so, what do you rank him?
Why are we even asking this?
I don't know, just a fucking joke on Dan Clancy.
I doubt she's gonna reveal their names on air. That'd be
I
funny.
know, but
she
why
wouldn't.
the fuck are you even see? People like her. It's like, why do you call me a whore? But then says, oh, I have a list of every person I have sex with, but I'm not a whore.
And
Girl, let me see.
I rank the dick. Is that weird?
Bro, I rank
Rank
the
the
dick. That isn't that whore talk? Is that literally hoe talk? That's literally whore talk. You see, I don't care. Like, that's the thing. You can't sit there and get mad at me for calling this bitch a whore when she's talking like this. If you talk like this, you deserve to get called a whore. People's like, oh, why do you call women whores? I don't call every woman whores. I just call women like this a whore. That's the difference.
That's awesome. I mean, it's definitely not normal.
Really? Because I want to remember.
Even Hassan.
Of course, Hassan thinks it's not normal, but
No.
Seriously.
He says at first, that's awesome. And then he's like, wait a minute here. Something's not right. That's
probably
not
just
normal.
going with it, and then he realized, wait.
Yeah, it's almost like a internet modem was going on in his head, like.
Yeah, you mean like the AOL?
Even Hassan himself got a fucking light bulb. He's like, wait a minute. What am I saying this is awesome for? Wait a minute. I gotta change my rhetoric. Whoa, this is not awesome. Whoa, pause. I'm a Muslim.
Are we sure that awesome wasn't sarcastic?
It could be, but that's the thing. Either that or he realized, oh, wait, I LARP as a Muslim. I got to pretend that this is not awesome because I'm a Muslim, you know? He forgot he was Muslim for a second. He forgot that women who talk like this, Islam throws them off a fucking building.
Like my body count and stuff, right?
I feel like the older I get, I become more like Mugatu at the end of Zoolander.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Is this where we are? Maybe it is. And frankly, do whatever they please to promote your streams and get more viewers. From Kaycetron driving obviously under the influence to black streamers.
How does she not get banned for that? She's literally, okay, at least Extra Emily, it's like, okay, she was reckless driving, but it's like you have a bitch literally driving under the influence, and that's way more dangerous. It's like, yeah, Extra Emily's dangerous, but this is way more dangerous. Yet this bitch is like, she probably only got a day ban as well. It's like, that's how you know Dan Clancy can't run his platform for shit. And Amazon really needs to step in and get rid of this fucking loser-ass simp.
Just racing down the highway and getting into crashes. It's happened a few times. I'll only play one. What else have we got? White women driving poorly and getting into crashes or almost running over people. Like, it's... We live in the digital dark age. And
we do live in a digital dark age. So there's that topic. I'm going to get final perspective, starting with the guy that submitted this topic. Jim, what do you think about Extra Emily reckless driving and Kaycetron driving under the influence and Dan Clancy just I know. Dan Clancy just sweeping it up like it's nothing.
Well, I can say that if they don't take care of this sooner than later, what's going to end up happening is actual people are going to get injured, right? And Twitch as a platform Twitch as a platform will go down the pooper real fucking quick. The minute they have to enact a rule, right? They're going to have 50,000 rules because it's going to basically make the platform so there won't be titty streamers. There won't be, like, you would have to be so G-rated with the amount of rules they have to enact if someone gets killed, and it would ban half, if not most, of the streamers.
And then Twitch is wonder because someone like myself isn't gonna go and support it. What about you, Torrin? What's your final perspective on all this fucking Twitchy horrors, reckless driving and driving under influence, and Dan Clancy just sweeping it up like it's not a big deal, only giving him a day suspension and saying, okay, it's good, problem solved.
I'm waiting for someone to actually die. There, I said it. Also, is it just me or does Kaycetron always look like she's in a perpetual state of being ready to cry?
I mean, she was drunk, so a lot of drunk people actually do look like that.
Wait, she's always drunk?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like in that photo we saw, it's like
Oh no, and she looks like that normally on her streams too.
probably because she's not. She probably is always drunk. Like that's the thing. People gotta understand. Like if you're drinking while under the influence, you're usually an alcoholic. Because if you can't even wait until you're not, if you have to drink while driving, then you have to drink always. So she probably drinks every fucking stream or fucking takes a few shots before getting on air. People do that.
She did. She drank, and then she smoked some weed. Literally right before.
yeah,
Oh,
'cause
and
she's
she
a
also,
Cali bitch, of course.
and also she farted really loud into the mic, and then she went into her car and almost well, she basically was driving under the influence, massive influence, and yet she would walk out without a scratch, but she would end up killing innocent people. See, that's the thing people don't get, is the people that get into these wrecks that are under the influence, most of the time, they don't die. They don't suffer head trauma. They don't suffer basically getting, hurt to the upteenth degree. It's the people that aren't doing anything wrong, the people that were enjoying their day, the people that have loved ones, and the people that care about the people that are loved ones. Those are the families that get hit the most in these situations. It's never the drunk person. It's never the intoxicated person or any influence or subsidy. It's always the people that are innocent bystanders of the situation. Sorry, it's a hot topic for me.
No, you're good. You can continue if you want. I just want to get to the reckless spend one too.
Oh yeah, I do have something I want to say to extra Emily. I doubt she'll read it or hear it, but
your intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
All right, Jim. Is there anything else you want to say on this hot topic? Because I know this is a hot topic.
No, other than she's just gonna keep doing. Both of them will keep doing what they're gonna do.
They'll keep doing it until they kill someone. Yes.
And then they'll claim that at first they'll be all crying in tears, like, "I didn't mean for." Yeah. Until the cops haul you in and charge you, because they probably have cameras. They're not gonna let you off. And then you're gonna start thrashing around like, "I didn't do nothing wrong," and then you're gonna see them blow up. Asmongold says they try to act like they didn't do anything and they're so sorry, and then the minute the cops put the handcuffs on, they flip the fuck out.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And apparently chat, mainly Ragnar, but apparently chat liked your soundboard glitch about it. Even George Takei is roasting her ass. Ha 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 ha. Yep.
George Takei, yeah.
All right, so any other final perspectives on this topic before we move to Reckless Spend speaking out on national TV?
Real quick, that George Takei sound clip was from Red Alert 3, brought to you by that game.
There we go. All right. So now 4900s, the end. All right, what time step are we on now? 49:10. Reckless Spend has went on national TV for an interview. Let me go ahead, pull that up. So yeah, he's done an interview. Seems like now that Reckless Spend is able to finally speak, he's taking full advantage again, and he's going around everywhere, speaking, doing interviews. Okay, so let me try to find it real quick. Okay. All right, let's pull this up. So Reckless Ben has went on national TV to break his silence about the bricks and minifig situation. He went on a short interview, 8-minute interview to explain his side of everything. Went on News Nation, and he's now going on national TV to finally speak about the situation. Because you notice while they had been silenced, Eamon McNeff went on Fox News and basically did his fucking shit on national TV. So now it's Reckless Ben's turn, and now that the gag order is lifted, now Reckless Ben's just going on a whole tour, basically exposing bricks and minifigs. And I feel like all this whole tour needs to definitely be exposed, and everything Reckless Ben is saying needs to be out there, because that's the thing. He's definitely, in the right on the situation. So, if there is there any pre-thoughts about this interview before we go ahead and take a listen? All right, we're going to go ahead and take a listen. 3, 2, 1.
Ben is here. Yeah, in just a minute, the YouTube star is going to talk to us exclusively about his big legal win in the mystery of the missing Lego. Yep, a judge just granted him the right to talk again. This is a big development. I got to give you a background, though. A quick look at how this whole Lego legal drama unfolded, okay? All started when an Oregon family entrusted a franchise of a chain called Bricks and Minifigs to sell the reportedly $200,000 Star Wars Lego set on consignment. But the franchise was apparently sold, and the Lego owners say they never got their Lego, they never got paid. Now, the family sued the franchise, claiming their agreement was breached, that Bricks and Minifigs stole the Lego collection, and that is when Reckless Ben got on the case. He allegedly traveled to Utah, where the franchise executive lives, reportedly started documenting attempts to make contact at his property, posted videos, all going viral. The executive apparently called police, led to Ben getting arrested twice. And as we reported,
to correct that, he didn't go on the property at first. He just went to the Bricks and Minifigs store, and then the court said, "Hey, you have to go and contact them," because Reckless Ben was suing them because they didn't give the Legos back and slighted him and all that. So Reckless Ben went onto their property and tried to serve them court papers, and that's why he was on the property. And I don't know if they left that out on purpose, but I feel like that was an important detail that they left out.
No, it's because they were given the narrative that they were supposed to tell. That's why.
Yeah, but it's like, that's why there's people like me here to correct the fucking record. That's why I react to these interviews, because I know these mainstream journalists like to leave certain things out. It's like, that's the thing. You can't leave these important details out, because these important details are really important, especially for the Bricks and Minifigs case.
Bricks and Minifigs also filed a lawsuit against Ben, and that brings us to this week. Ben is facing a total of 4 criminal charges. They're all misdemeanors. Provo, Utah, he's charged with disorderly.
They tried getting him with felonies as well. They tried getting him with bomb threats, and apparently, according to Brandon Buckingham, they tried to accuse him of murder, which I still want to know about that.
Also reported.
If I ever get to talk to Ben or someone on his team, I'm definitely asking the question of what's the murder allegation, because I really want to know. Hopefully it's just an attempted murder thing, but like I said, Brandon Buckingham didn't say attempted murder. He said straight up murder. So there could be something that we don't know that he knows, because he is friends with Ben, so he definitely knows something.
For allegedly going to the Bricks and Minifigs corporate headquarters. Ben tells us he was there to ask for the Legos back. Over in American Fork, Utah, he's charged with stalking and residential picketing for allegedly going to the franchise owner Josh Johnson's house.
Even though the courts told him to go to the fucking house and make it right. So technically that charge is invalid, because the courts, and that's something these media is letting out. So the court told them to go to this fucking house. Why is mainstream media leaving this shit out? This is an important detail. This is an extremely important detail. And it breaks your fucking mainstream narrative.
Now, Reckless Ben just scored a big legal win. This is when a Utah federal court, this judge lifted the ban that had been on him posting videos related to Bricks and Minifigs. This was a TRO. However, the revised order still prohibits Ben from coming within 100 meters of any Bricks and Minifigs stores or offices, prevents him from making any threats. Now, we've reached out to Bricks.
He hasn't made any threats. Why aren't you going to say he hasn't made any threats? Why are you going along with the fucking lie, saying, oh, so he doesn't make any threats? It's like you're literally interviewing him, but before you're interviewing, you're telling all these fucking lies. That's why you don't trust mainstream media, because they're just making up narrative.
Figs for a statement today, but we haven't heard back. The company is maintaining it does not have the Lego, and in a statement to local media, they said that this issue in its civil case.
They told Coffee they did. Now they're claiming they don't have the. Bro, didn't they tell CoffeeZilla they're gonna make it right, and now they're claiming they don't have the Lego again? Oh my!
They just can't seem to keep their story straight.
They can't. They cannot get their story straight at all. And it's so fucking frustrating.
It's Ben, real name Ben Schneider. It's going to be addressed through private mediation. It hopes to resolve everything in the coming weeks. But for now, Ben says he got his freedom back, his freedom of speech back. He's already made a new YouTube video. Here's an exclusive sneak peek.
Legally, I'm not allowed to film inside court, so I formally requested the audio, but since there was no visual, I hired an animator that maybe don't make sense.
Right to talk back.
There, okay, now that's all right. I just skipped it because we already know that stuff because we reacted to the full video yesterday. So let's hear Ben's full response.
Are you feeling like you're winning your case brick by brick?
Yeah, I'm just happy to have my freedom of speech back. It feels amazing to be able to talk again.
So what is the plan now? Like, why is it so important for you to talk about this? What do you want to say? What are you going to say?
Well, I think it kind of sucked because I was silenced, and then Bricks and Minifigs would just go on all these news stations, well, the CEO would, and just
literally, they silenced him so that the CEO can go on these interviews and create a false narrative. That's why they silenced them, so they can go and do the talking, so they can control the narrative, so that only their narrative could be available. That's why they silenced them.
All these crazy lies about us, like we were trying to give them their Legos back, but they never wanted it back. And I couldn't defend myself. I couldn't say what the truth was, or else I would go to jail. So it was a pretty insane thing that happened.
What is going on with the civil case now? Is it going to court? Is it going to private mediation? What's the status of it?
It seems like they're at full force still. They have not lightened up at all. So they are suing us. The base right now is like 1.3 million, but our lawyers are saying it could easily get over 10 million per person, and there's 16 defendants. So that's going to be at least like over $100 million they're asking from us, which is insane.
So, but they make it seem like they're going to resolve this in the next few weeks. According to what I'm hearing from you, is that doesn't seem likely.
So that's what my lawyers are saying. Is my lawyers are confident that they can solve it. We've hired some really good lawyers, but just from my personal.
There was a narrative that Ben didn't even hire any lawyers, but yet Ben's saying he hired. See, this is the problem. It's like when you silence someone, all these fucking retards could just make their own fucking theories, and you have to and you have to go by these theories because that's all that's out there is speculation and not facts because the party can't correct the record.
Experience with them, I'm doubtful.
Because remember the lie that Reckless Ben didn't hire a lawyer? That's not fucking true because he fucking hired a lawyer the whole time. But guess what? He couldn't, correct the record because he couldn't speak about it. That's why I'm glad he could finally speak because now then his people can't, especially if he has evidence, people can't debunk him because he's putting all the receipts out. And that's what I like about Ben is he puts the receipts and shows you everything. Yet these fucking retards that defend Bricks and Minifigs still fucking leave that out. Anyways.
I think their egos are too big to resolve this. I think they're going to go until the company gets burned down, but I could be wrong. We'll see. But the lawyers at least are pretty confident that we can resolve it fast.
Ben, I don't need to tell you this story blew up. It's everywhere. People are following it. I think that's affecting a lot of it. By the way, did you know that Courtney Love posted her support for you on Instagram? I don't know if you saw that, but I don't know if she reached out to you. Did she reach out to you? I mean, what's your reaction to that?
Yeah, she reached out. She seems to be like the #1 fan of the series.
See, even celebrities are reaching out. That's how bad you fucked up, Bricks and Minifigs.
She has gone through all the rabbit holes and watched all the YouTubers reacting videos, and she's gone all the way down the rabbit hole. She posted the picture where the same shirt I'm wearing right now. It's of the CEO.
Is that what that is? Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I have my freedom of speech back. I'm allowed to put his face on a shirt. I'm allowed to do that now. So, yeah.
So what is that attention, that support? How has that affected everything that's going on?
Oh, it's been awesome. I don't think we would be able to win without the public support, because when I first started this, I had no resources. Brian had no resources. I was just some like kind of small YouTuber, I guess, when I took on this case. And
He wasn't small. You still had like 500 subs plus.
There was no way we were ever going to win. Like, the reason we're winning right now is because of the public support. And that's the reason we will win if we win, is not because like we had more resources than them. Bricks and Mayfair has way more resources than us, but we have the public support behind us. And that's the only reason we're going to win if we do win.
But it's also maybe why they're pushing back and want to take this even further. Let me ask you about the criminal charges, because I mentioned you are facing criminal charges in these Utah jurisdictions. Are you being represented by counsel, and have they given you an indication about what your legal defenses may be?
Yeah, at first I just wanted to represent myself because I was arrested
Okay, so he did want
for
to
serving
represent himself first, but then
Oh,
he
so that
realized
explains why they said he had no lawyers.
Okay. Because it was a thought, but then he realized, okay, that's a stupid thought.
Or
maybe he did it first and he realized, hey, I need a lawyer for this.
So I was like, oh, I don't need to waste money on a lawyer. I'll just beat this myself. And then I saw how corrupt everything was becoming. And I was like, I don't know, I might actually need a lawyer. And then the public support came in. We made some money on the GoFundMe. And so now I do finally have money for a lawyer now, which is good, which I didn't before. And their advice is basically,
there's the photo bomb.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of got arrested for stupid stuff. So as long as we're just honest, I feel like we'll win. I don't know.
So, I mean, are they saying like the police overstepped their role, the way they arrested you was
100%.
improper? Like, that's what they're saying?
Well, that's more of a civil rights attorney, which
Okay.
I've hired like 5 lawyers in the last like 2 weeks, which is insane.
Okay, so he had
But,
like
yeah, we
5
have still-
lawyers. Okay, so he's definitely like over prepared because he realized, okay, yeah, this is really like I can't handle this.
Yeah.
anymore.
I'm
And he
guessing
can't,
he's got
and that's the
different
thing.
lawyers hired for different things.
And that's a smart thing. See, he's playing this smart because he realized, oh wait, I bet you Coffee Zero reached out and was like, bro, you need lawyers because Coffee's
Yeah,
been sued. But
I
that's the
have a
thing.
feeling Coffee was the one who suggested all this.
Yeah, he probably did because he's
got experience with it. Yeah,
he got experience with that, and he's like has so many ties to legal experts. It's like, bro, you need ties to legal experts in order to do this kind of stuff.
rights attorneys. I have 2 criminal defense attorneys. I have a franchise attorney that we're getting. So we have like all these different attorneys for everything. I have an entertainment attorney now. So yeah, I think I have 5 lawyers I literally just hired, and they're all for very specific things. So some of them are for the police and justice. Some of them are for my criminal charges. Some of them are for the franchises specifically.
So I imagine making the videos, this might be a way to pay the lawyers, right? I mean, they ain't cheap.
Yeah, I would if this didn't blow up, I would not have any access to lawyers because I like this is the first time I've like really ever seen money come in. And
Right.
So now I finally have money for lawyers, which is awesome. And it's all thanks to the viewers. So thank you. Like we can finally beat this case now.
Let me circle it right back. Any word on where the Lego is, the missing Lego? Have you gotten any indication?
We still don't know. So Bricks and Minifigs, Ammon, the CEO, claims they did an inventory, and the whole video we just made, the episode 3, is pretty much the main plot point is, can we take a look at this inventory and clear Bricks and Minifigs' name? Let's prove Bricks and Minifigs' innocence, right? And for some reason, the document that would prove their innocence, they are keeping on to it as like their most like secret possession ever, and they will not let anyone see
And I
it.
even think they
So-
show Coffee the full thing either.
yeah. Coffee probably only got a small taste of what they had.
I don't know. I think that inventory would have the answer you're looking for.
Well, listen, Ben, I've been following this from the very beginning. I followed your court hearing this week. It was very short, but I was listening to all of it. You have an open platform here to come talk about what's going on with the civil case, what's going on with the criminal cases, and we'll continue to follow it. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is
Of
awesome.
course, you got it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below.
Yeah,
to
that was a really short interview. So basically, Spen is trying to find where the Legos are and all that, and hopefully he can end up finding where the fucking, Legos
Well, we know
are.
some of them are stored in I don't know if they still are, were stored in a safe in the back of the original store, but they may not be there anymore.
And not only that, but
remember
remember the plot twist, right? We cannot forget this plot twist. they had a U-Haul that went to Eugene.
Yeah, I was
to
about
drop
to
the
bring
Legos
that up.
off.
Yeah.
So the Legos are probably off-site somewhere, either in Eugene or somewhere like in their fucking
Or in a warehouse
storages.
somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, in a warehouse somewhere. Like they're definitely stored somewhere, and definitely being kept away so they don't have to give it back, because that's the thing, they're money-hungry whores. So, final perspectives on the Ben interview, starting with Jim. Doom or Rabbit, what's your final perspective on Reckless Ben speaking out about this?
Low key, I'm going to say this. He needed a lawyer from that get-go.
100%. All right, guess that's it from Jim. What about you, Torin?
Yeah, I don't know. We saw some of the inventory in the CoffeeZilla video. I'm surprised you didn't bring up the CoffeeZilla video at all.
Oh yeah, he should. That's the thing. He should brought it up. And that's the thing. If I ever interview Reckless Ben out, I'm gonna ask him a little bit about the CoffeeZilla thing and all that. So yeah, that's that is that topic. Now I want to cover something that I was supposed to cover yesterday, but we couldn't end up, trying to find it. But basically to cover the Venezuela situation, about how how basically, they I'm trying to find the video. I think it's on the other one. But yeah, so basically, how the Venezuela situation, they said that that, oh my gosh, it's not for Israel, it's for American interests. We're going to take over over Maduro, basically, for American interests and all that. But it turns out that the IDF is in Venezuela right now, and Israel ended up getting the oil first and all that. So hold on, let's look in the fucking. Hold on, I'm trying to find it because I didn't have it pulled up right away, but I had this. Hold on. Oh wait, I posted it in the fucking server. But yeah, while I get the video pulled up, I'm just going to go do a monologue about. So basically, the Venezuela regime change. It's like they went, kidnapped Maduro. They said it was for oil, for us. It's for American resources, for America to take over Venezuela and control Venezuela and all that. But people don't understand. It's like we don't really have true control over Venezuela. We don't. Israel ended up getting control because guess what? Israel ended up getting the oil first before we did. They got an oil trade. Like the first thing Trump did was basically cancel the fucking, basically reenact the deal and get IDF forces back in Venezuela. It's like, it seems like Trump, it seems like Israel got more of a benefit out of Venezuela than we did. And that's just the fucking sad reality about all this. It's like we got more, it seems like they got more of a benefit than we did, unfortunately. All right, videos, and that's why I'm against the Venezuela regime change, because it's like we didn't even get any benefit. In fact, it just costed more American tax dollars on all this, and that's why I don't have strong opinion about it. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's for American imperialism," but it's like, how is it American imperialism?
So it was revealed this.
How is it American imperialism when the IDF is getting more control about it? So we're gonna cover this, and then after this segment, we'll basically cover get Destructor on for the Destructor interview. Also, happy birthday, Destructor, as well. Happy birthday to our guests coming on at 8:30. It is his birthday.
I will be right back. I have to go to the bathroom.
All right, you're good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and start this segment while you're in the bathroom. 3, 2. By the way, this is a Sneako video. And the reason I have a Sneako video up because Sneako, I know he has a lot of controversy because of the pro-Islam stuff and all that. And I don't agree with the pro-Islam stuff to an extent. But Sneako does make a lot of good points and show that the IDF was actually in Venezuela. So I feel like, this video is a good video to react to because Sneako does point out a lot of stuff that I feel like is valid, and that's why I picked this video.
Morning, I'm completely vindicated.
And not only that, but he also calls out Andrew Tate for defending it. The guy that goes, yacht.
This. So the IDF tweeted. A
The IDF tweeted, a preliminary team from the Israeli humanitarian assistance delegation landed in Venezuela a short while ago in response to the earthquake that struck the country. The expert teams will be beginning operating alongside the local authorities to support the recovery efforts while sharing the knowledge and experience of the state of Israel has gained in responding to earthquakes, emergency situations, and humanitarian assistance missions around the world. You realize they wouldn't be doing this if Maduro was still in power, right? They didn't care about the Venezuelans. They're only doing it because they get a benefit out of doing it. They're not doing it because they care about the Venezuelans or they care about the well-being. They're doing it so they can go in and sweep control. And that's another thing, too. It's like, why isn't the U.S. sending troops to do it? Why isn't the U.S. sending expert team? We are the ones that own Venezuela, right? So why is Israel going in and fucking putting influence in Venezuela when we are the ones that's supposed to own it? Because like Disney says, America's Israel, Israel's America, and whatever we do, Israel's always a part of. And that's why I don't support this regime change, because this regime change is literally benefiting Greater Israel. It literally is, because Israel's taking this situation and they're basically the ones saying they're in charge of Venezuela. They're the ones sending expert teams in there for humanitarian aid. They're the ones going in, making sure everything's okay, because that's the thing. The Venezuela regime change wasn't for us. It was for them. And that's why the IDF has a presence there, because they're trying to get Israeli influence there, because guess what? The reason why Maduro was truly removed, it wasn't because he was a communist dictator, because there's people like Kim Jong-un that exist. There's a lot of these other leaders that exist. It's because he was against Israeli influence and he was weaker. So Israel had the United States go take him out so they can go in and put their influence there. That's why I was against Venezuela regime change from the very start. Me and Sneako were the only two that really were against it, because Nick Fuentes was pro it. A lot of people were supporting it, saying that it was helping America, but it's just simply not true. It's not helping America at all. This is America last.
Team from the Israeli humanitarian assistance delegation landed in Venezuela a short while ago in response to the earthquake that struck the country. The expert teams will begin operating alongside the local authorities to support the recovery efforts while sharing the knowledge and experience the state of Israel has gained in responding to the earthquakes, emergency situations, and humanitarian assistance missions around the world. So for the first time since 2009.
First time since 2009 that the IDF has a presence there. Maduro got rid of IDF presence, and then after Maduro was taking off of power, they decided to basically, well, Maduro didn't get it. It was the leader that was before Maduro that got rid of it. But still, the Venezuela regime got rid of IDF presence. And then as soon as Trump overthrew the regime in Venezuela and put in the vice president, all of a sudden, now the IDF is allowed there. It clearly shows that this regime change was not for America. It was literally so Israel can have a presence in South America. It was literally to benefit them over us, literally. Same with Greenland, too, because Netanyahu was like, oh, we need to take Greenland back in 2018. Now, all of a sudden, Trump wants Greenland? Come on, you gotta use your fucking brains.
If I'm not mistaken, and Chavez kicked out the Israelis base.
Chavez kicked out the Israelis, but then Trump, whenever he took over, he brought them back.
Like, oh, evil communism. It turns out that a lot of times when they say that they need regime change, when a nation needs regime change, they say, oh, they're evil communists, like Cuba or Libya, Venezuela, these evil socialists. And you look at their history, it turns out.
You know what's crazy too? It's like I was talking to Ragnar like behind the scenes, and even Ragnar, even though like Ragnar has a strong opinion against Muslims, even Ragnar was against the regime change in Libya, because Ragnar was like, look, Gaddafi was actually, one of the good Muslim leaders that he actually likes, because Gaddafi actually looked out for his own people, and he wasn't one of these Islamic radical terrorists. He actually cared about his own people, made sure they went to college, made sure that they had free school. And even if they went out of the country, the Libya government paid for their students to go to colleges in other countries. Libya was literally one of like the greatest countries in the world to live in, because the government basically took care of all your needs and basically helped you become successful. But then whenever they removed Gaddafi and did all that regime change, because, you know, Israel didn't like Gaddafi. Then all of a sudden, now Libya is just a shithole, one of the most violent countries in the world, because they took away a good leadership, and now it's just a bunch of Islamic terrorists killing each other in Libya, and our government's not going to do anything about that because they got rid of the threat. That's why Libya is just sitting there in ruins under Gaddafi's ashes, because guess what? When they took down the good leader Gaddafi, Libya just destroyed itself, and now it's not even a livable country. You can't even call it a country anymore because it has no stable government, because they basically overthrew the stable government. That's why I say Zion. And that's the thing. I know some people don't like politics, but I call out the Zionism shit because it's really important too, because no one else is doing it. No one else is sitting on the mic and calling this stuff out. It's only people like me and Sneako and other people doing it. No one else is really doing it. And even then, it's like, I'm doing it on a, you know, different mindset as Sneako. So I feel like, you know, it's definitely good for someone like myself to call this stuff out because no one else is.
They just kicked out Israelis from destroying their financial system.
And I don't know if we'll react to the full video. It just depends. But like at 8:30, Destructor is coming on, and he is online right now. He's actually streaming himself, and I think he's going to either end this stream or basically duo stream and come on the interview.
Yeah.
That Trump has
We're
kidnapped
going to react to this video until it comes on.
Maduro in the beginning of January, which I opposed day one.
I opposed day one too. Y'all remember as soon as I came back from the march, because this happened while I was on the march. When I came back from the march, I did a coverage. I called this out, said, hey, because here's the problem, right? They didn't even get congressional approval, right? They just Trump did it on his own and did it without congressional approval. And Thomas Massey called that out. And yet everyone just ignored Thomas Massey. And that was one of the reasons why they got Thomas Massey out, because Thomas Massey called out these fucking bullshit regime change. It's like, why are we regime changing a leader when we have our own problems here in America? We have literally the Epstein class running our government. Our government's being ran by a bunch of Epstein pedophiles that are on the Epstein list.
I told you that this was going to be an Israeli op. People said, oh, you're obsessed with the Jews.
See, literally, people said that to me. Oh, you're just obsessed with the Jews. Oh, Israel doesn't have everything to do with everything. It's like, they have something to do with this, because look, they're in fucking Venezuela right now. This is literally the IDF in Venezuela right now. Triton vindicated again. Triton vindicated again. Yo, Torn, play one of your soundboards that make me vindicated. Like just a told you so anything. If you have one. Or that. You know what? That could be a told you so, just a little fart. Every time I'm right, I'm just going to play the fart noise of basically shitting on the people that said I was fucking wrong.
Obsessed with Israel. Well, now the IDF is in Venezuela. Well done. Everybody.
Fart noise again.
Okay.
Every time he plays fa, just play the fart noise right after it. That could be our own version of fa. See, some of these topics could be fun because we have humor. You know, it doesn't always have to be depressing.
You're either retarded, Israeli, or a Fed.
He's right. That's the thing. If you agree with this regime change, you're either misinformed, retarded, a Fed, or the straight up IDF.
Remember that. I'm going to say it again. Anybody who supported kidnapping Maduro and stealing their oil.
A lot of us care, but we don't have a voice. We need a way to collaborate worldwide. Love speech.
Yeah, get the message out there. Of course, love speech. I'll say it one more time. Anybody who supported kidnapping Maduro to steal their oil and send $2 billion of oil to Israel directly is either retarded, Israeli, or a Fed. One of the three. Remember that.
I agree 100%. Because that's the thing. If you support this regime change, you're either retarded, stupid, misinformed, which that's fine, that's acceptable. A Fed, which you're knowingly doing it, or an IDF, which you're obviously knowingly doing it as well. One of the three. And that's the thing. The only other three I can give credibility is like if you're just misinformed or retarded. Because that's the thing. That's fine, right? Just be misinformed or retarded. It's like we can correct you. That's what people like me exist, to correct you. But if you're the other two, there's no helping you because you're knowingly doing it. You know this is wrong, but you're knowingly doing it anyways for some sort of benefit.
They fall into one of those three categories. Up for you to decide. I said day one, this was a disaster.
This was a disaster because that's the thing. They didn't even get congressional approval like you're supposed to declare war or to do regime change or do something like that. Not only that, but Trump broke international law. It's just that's the thing. We're the superpower, so the UN didn't really, hold us accountable. But Trump broke UN national law. He broke national law doing this. It's just that's the thing. He had help with the Jews, so he was able to get away with it. But he did break international law, and it's like, what's the point of having international law if you could just break it because you're doing it for the Jews?
I talked with Dave Smith. I talked with Myron. Myron agrees that this is just about oil. This is just about.
It's just about oil, but guess who got the oil first? Israel. Look, literally, the times of Israel. As soon as the regime change happened, what did the times of Israel say? Israel got sent oil. We got oil again. Yeah, from Venezuela. Yay! Wow. Trump was thinking about Israel and Bibi Netanyahu over his own fucking people. Because he said the oil was supposed to be for us, right? But Israel got it first before we did. That just shows you Trump's priorities. That just shows you our leaders' priorities. And that's why I covered this stuff, because it shows you. They literally tell you what the priority is to your fucking face.
Supporting Israel.
Yeah, I'm the autistic retard. I'm the only autistic retard pointing this stuff out because everyone else is just so fucking stupid. Especially in small commentary. Oh, the scene change is fine. Shut the fuck up, loser.
And look now, the IDF is there. You think they're there for humanitarian assistance? You think Israel?
Fuck no, they don't care about humanitarian assistance. You think they give a shit about that? Fuck no.
Really cares about the earthquake in Venezuela?
Fart noise. You really think they care about the earthquake in Venezuela?
No, of course not.
Fart noise. Nope, they don't.
There's another picture they were caught. They found IDF soldiers in a hotel in Caracas. That's the capital. I tweeted a photo right here. Israeli soldiers have been spotted in a hotel in Caracas today. This would be the first Israeli presence in Venezuela since Venezuela leader Hugo Chavez kicked out all Israeli diplomats in Venezuela before cutting all relations with Israel in 2009 because of its war in Gaza. There you go. And you know what the base American nationalists said, and they're not gonna be called out. They're not gonna actually admit that they were wrong. You know what they said? Monroe Doctrine, Western Hemisphere, America, yeah, imperialism. Well,
that was imperialism for us if we're not even getting any benefits from it. A foreign country's getting the benefits. A foreign country's taking over. We literally just did this regime change for them, just like we did in Syria, Libya, Iraq, Sudan, and all these other countries. You're welcome. You're welcome, Israel, because we keep on doing these fucking regime change wars for your stupid ass.
American foreign policy and American imperialism is just a funnel to support Israel. That's it. And now Netanyahu almost has as much money as he needs to be independent. He's saying he doesn't want aid from America anymore. He's saying
they say that, but then they're still going to force Congress and AIPAC to force, Congress to keep giving more aid. It's just a fucking grip. They truly still want foreign aid. They just have to pretend they don't, so it makes America look bad. That's all.
Now, our GDP is high enough.
I want to keep the video playing, but I'm going to get some water really quick.
American tax dollars. They didn't support us. They didn't give us anything in return. But they're good. They're good off us. They're good off the goyim American tax dollars. And all these based American nationalists, all these people who larp about being America first, they were chimping out about how cool it was. It's so cool. It's so cool that they're going in with Black Hawk helicopters, bombing Catholic Venezuelans. Catholics, they're a far more Christian nation than America, stealing their oil, beating up Maduro's wife, and putting him in prison. And the justification was that he was an arms dealer. He's corrupt. He's a socialist. And he says he hates America. Everybody knew that was a lie. Everybody.
And I'll just say this too, right? I know Maduro was a shitty leader, right? Yes, he was a shitty leader. He was fucking, he's not a good guy and all that, but it's like, we're literally replacing a bad guy with another bad guy. Like, that's the same thing we did in Syria, which Libya, I think Gaddafi was actually great because he actually helped his people. But the others, Syria, Afghanistan, they were all bad leaders and all that, right? But we're replacing them with Jewish supremacists that are no better and other leaders that fucking, hate us. So it's like, there's literally no point in regime change if we're just going to replace them with another bad guy that hates America.
But they were super excited. Now we get oil. Where's that oil?
Where's that oil? Exactly. Why is Israel getting the oil? Why is the Times of Israel saying Look, guys, we're getting oil. Yay! No one want to answer that. Not even Infowars for some reason.
It looks like the oil prices are higher than they've been in 20 years? When is the last time the oil prices have been this high? Where's the benefit? Where do we get any of this? I told you day one.
Now I want someone in chat to let me know, what benefit do we get by taking down Maduro and doing a whole regime change and giving it to Israel? What's the benefit in us? Israel got the oil. IDF presence are there. In fact, now they get to decide who's in charge. It's literally seems like that they got more benefit than we did throughout all this, and that's what I hate.
And all these far right, I'm America first. Sneako's anti-American. I had the America first position, and you chimped out for Israel. Well done, you stupid idiot. You stupid dum-dum. I got so much pushback in January. Were you here for the streams then? I was covering this extensively the whole month. Let me take a trip down memory lane. Do you remember?
I got pushback for it a little bit too. It's like, oh, why are you just sleeping for the communist regime? It's like, it's not sleeping for the communist regime. I literally said even then, it's like, yeah, Maduro's a bad leader, but still, we did it without congressional approval. We broke international law, and we did it for a foreign nation known as Israel. And that's why I do not support this fucking regime change, because there's another fucking regime change it's another stupid foreign war that we shouldn't even been a part of.
Venezuela.
Yeah, no American troops died. Yeah, the war went well. Yeah, like we went and killed Maduro and killed, a few Cuban assets. Yeah, cool. That's all cool, right? But problem is, we still spent tax dollars, and Israel still got benefited more than we did. So yeah, this was all just for nothing. We just spent tax dollars and basically made the debt even made the national debt go higher just for Israel. That's why we're literally $40 trillion in debt, and we're spending more and more and more and more and more for these stupid regime changes. We're only going to have a regime change in America where we get good leaders that actually, have American interests.
It's almost identical to the Iranian diaspora. I was here outside the courthouse where they brought Maduro right after he was captured in New York City. And a Venezuelan was saying similar things to the Iranian diaspora when they say, thank you, Bibi, thank you, Trump, listen to her.
Captured. He's not.
He was captured?
Yes.
What's the difference?
From the point of view, I can see it that you aren't there for him because he lost the election. But once you get in power.
See, here's what these people don't understand, right? They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for themselves and for a foreign nation known as Israel. They're not doing it for us. They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for a third party that doesn't even like you. They won't even allow you to have free speech. You think, oh, you're going to have free speech in Venezuela? No, because you can't even call out the Jews anymore, because if you do that, oh, you're anti-Semitic and you deserve to, get jailed and all that. You literally are just getting replaced by another fucking regime that's corrupted. I hope you're happy with that.
With socialism,
once you get in power, I'm America first. Trump need to save Venezuela. Yeah, how's that going?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but as an American, I don't care about your elections. If you won the election or not, that doesn't matter. Trump brought troops to your country, kidnapped your president. You say it's captured, whatever.
I don't know what percentage of you, but to all the Venezuelans that you ask, they are so happy.
I know.
Because
they are so happy, just like the Iranians who are happy that Trump freed Iran by bombing them.
By the way, that whole thing was actually ended up being fake because the supreme leader's funeral happened, and 3 million people ended up showing up to the funeral. A bunch of Iranians came out. So it's not every Iranian. The whole free Iranian thing, that was just stupid Afghan refugees LARPing as Iranians under Mossad order just to make it look like that we need to free Iran, but in reality, it just united the country. So yeah, that was bullshit too.
Just like Kaycetron and PBD, I'm a numbers guy, okay? I'm very happy, okay? They killed the Ayatollah. How's that going? How's that regime change? They fall for it every single time.
They fall for it every single time. Look, I understand the Venezuelans, right? I understand they don't like Maduro. He's a corrupted piece of shit. He probably rigged elections. We get it, right? But it's not our job to save you, especially when we need to save ourselves. And not only that, but when we save you guys and then put you into a foreign country known as Israel in power to take over, it's like, you guys ain't going to be happy in like 10. In fact, 10, 15 years, you're going to call for another fucking regime change. And you're going to try to get America to help you, but then you realize, oh, America's not going to help you because America's not going to stand up to the Jews. So, yeah, you guys are just fucking yourselves over. So all the Venezuelans that are celebrating this, you guys are not freed at all. Your country is just captured by another fucking corruptive force. And y'all can thank yourselves because you guys are not standing up for yourselves. You guys are just falling for fake Jewish propaganda, and that's you guys' fault.
Cubans, the Venezuelans, these people are begging, please, Jews, whites, please approve me. Please give me validation. Whites, Jews. I'm one of the good ones. I'm not like those other browns. I'm not a third worlder. Please.
I know. Yes, because that's the thing. They want validation from the West because they think that they can actually, get rich and actually, become successful if they just, try to ally with the West. But they don't realize it's like the West don't give a fuck about you either, even if you're one of the good ones, quote unquote. They just see you as goy. That's all they see you as, is fucking goy.
But my point is, it doesn't matter to Americans whether or not Venezuelans are happy.
Oh, you are as an American. That's your point of view. But many other Americans, the quiet ones, they are happy. I grew up in the Venezuela, where Venezuela was the jewel of South America.
Okay.
Socialism took it. Excuse me, I'm talking.
Oh my God.
Are you Venezuelan? From where are you from? Okay, I'm not. Okay. Yeah, I am American too. I'm Venezuelan. Okay.
It was the jewel of South America. Well, now you're a little colony for Israel. Well done. Man, these diasporas.
He played the same fart sound.
He played the other echo part. Mine sounds more like this.
Take another.
Oh yeah, but still, it's similar. Well, let's see.
I do have to, but that other fart sound is in one of the servers we're in.
Let's see Top Goy celebrate this. Going, yeah, it's the American dream. Even though you're from Romania, you're literally from Romania. You're not even in America, bro. Why are you a Romanian fucking telling America what to do? Tech teams in Israel. By the way, Andrew Tate admits fully that he has tech teams in Israel. And you can look it up. He literally has tech teams in Israel. So that's the only reason he's even pushing this regime change.
And you remember this?
Romanian that has tech teams in Israel is happy that America has made Venezuela into a colony for Israel.
Remember this back and forth? That's why when Top Goy came up to me in Miami, he said, defender of the third world. Well, IDF is now in Venezuela. What did Top Goy say back in January?
Fuck Venezuela. Take all their shit. I'm against these long, prolonged boots on the ground.
Whoops. Stupid idiot.
Take all the oil for who? For us or for Israel? That's something Andrew Tate didn't even answer. Who are we taking the oil for? Who are we giving the oil to? Us or the Jews?
Whoopsie.
Launder trillions, thousands of death, bullshit wars, Afghanistan garbage. I'm against that. But I am for efficient imperialism. Send the Blackhawks, kidnap one guy, in and out, 45 minutes, get trillions.
Oh, God. Tech teams.
How do we get trillions if Israel's getting the trillions, if Israel's getting the oil, if they're getting all the benefits, and they're having IDF presence while we are not even doing anything?
In Israel. Makes a lot of sense now.
Bro, let's take all of it. Let's take Colombia. Let's take Mexico. Let's take all of Europe. Bro,
why do we need to take all these other countries if we need a regime change in our own fucking country first? That's why I don't get. That's why when I did March for America, I specifically said I'm against foreign wars because we need a regime change in America first before we can go and just be the world police. We really do.
America would just invade.
Hey, Triton.
Yo, what's up?
Excuse me, I'm going to be gone for a bit. I have to go see about dinner.
All right,
I'll be back in a few minutes, probably.
All right, you could just. All right, that's fine. You be AFK. I can take it from here.
Greenland. What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? What the fuck are Denmark gonna do?
I mean, Denmark threatened Trump, and Trump backed down and said, "I'm not taking Greenland anymore." So, yeah.
Nothing.
I'm just gonna make the fart noise myself until Tony gets back. But
Why are we leaving South America to these fucking South Americans, these fucking Mexicans?
Because putting America first is leaving other countries alone.
Putting America first is leaving other countries alone, focusing on our own shit, getting rid of corrupted leaders, getting putting the Epstein people in jail, and actually putting regime change in America first. And then maybe we can go and save the world. But until then, we got to save ourselves before we can go save the world. Do people not get this? Do people not get this concept that we need to save ourselves before we can go be the fucking war police?
So that we stop stealing all their stuff to create greater Israel.
It goes on point about that because literally we're just stealing the stuff to create greater Israel. It's not to create greater America. It's to literally create greater Israel. And why do we need greater America? America's already great, right? We're supposed to be the best country in the world. Why do we need to go and make America greater by taking all these lands that we can't even manage because we can barely manage our own country? In fact, we got states fucking, not even following American constitutional laws. So it's like we got to focus on our own states and our own shit before we go and focus on the rest of the world. If we had our shit together, maybe, but it's like we don't even have our shit together. So why are we going to go and regime change other countries if we need a regime change ourselves?
Countries alone, focus on your own so that you stop funneling everything to the Jews.
Anyone with a brain knows Mexico and below is all one big Mexico. Just a bunch of fucking Mexicans. I'm from Argentina. I'm from Colombia. I'm from Honduras.
That's so base because Mexicans and Venezuelans, they clap like a seal hearing this stuff. This is how easy it is to convince people. That
it really is so easy. It's like, oh, it's for America. And they don't even do any research. It's just like, oh, yes, it's for America. It's for us. It's for oil. We're going after the Mexicans. Yay! But it's like, why are we going after these people for? Oh, wait, for greater Israel. And you guys are not going to talk about that. So shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down.
TTSers, yeah, go to Iran, America first, Mexico.
A bunch of Mexicans. If you saw a man from Honduras breaking into your car and you called the police, you'd be like, hey, there's a Mexican breaking into my car. They're Mexicans. Leaving it to a bunch of fucking Papacito. What are they even doing with these countries? Papacito, Shakira. They got all these countries, all this oil, and you talk to them for 5 minutes and they're just fucking dancing around. Papacito. It's fucking stupid. Take their shit, Rev. Send the army. Take their shit. Fuck these people. America should take everyone's shit while it's still capable.
That's why Islam, I tweeted yesterday, Islam has no place for racism. Because you know who benefits?
That's the thing, man. I'll just say this. Christianity has no place for racism. Now, if you just make jokes and all that, I'm not going to be moral fag, but just like true, like not even just racism, but just superiority.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell you I was back.
All right, welcome back. The superiority as a whole, it's like Christianity doesn't believe that you're better than anybody else. They believe everyone's made equal in God's image. So it's like Christianity doesn't even believe that you're superior either. And yet you have a lot of these quote unquote Christians pretending that they're superior, but it's like Christianity doesn't even believe in superiority. They don't even believe in pride. Pride is one of the 7 deadliest sins in Christianity.
It's the most
People don't realize that, but pride is literally a deadly sin in Christianity. It's one of the deadliest sins. Now, obviously, every sin, even deadly ones, can be forgiven, but it's like it's a sin that's just like, it's not good. I mean, obviously, every sin's like not every sin's like as bad as the other, but still, it's just like it is a sin, and it's, one of the sins that are just noticeable, like you're not supposed to do is be prideful and be better than other people. Like you're supposed to realize that even if you do like good and stuff, that you're still human, just like everyone else.
Rhetoric. Papacito, Mexicans, the Jews in Israel. They benefit the most because you can convince a populist movement to support all these endless wars by saying something vaguely racist, and then it always funnels up to that. That's
why it's like you don't even want to fall in the racism mindset, because then the Jews in Israel can just say something racist and get you to believe something bullshit and get you along with all these endless wars. That's why it's like don't even look at things based on color, but based on action.
This goes up to the same group.
Well, there's a few white guys left because they're the most competent. Send the Delta Force to take absolutely everybody's stuff.
White guys are the most competent. Toby be good, massa. Toby be good, massa. Toby be good, massa for. Yes, Toby be good, slave. I work a real hard for massa. White man, the best man. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, massa.
That's the way the world has always worked. There's no such thing as international law. There's just violence.
No, there is such a thing as international law.
There's this thing as international law. In fact, the United States agreed to the international law. Do you idiots not know that? Do you not realize that the United States literally is part of the United Nations and agreed to their international law? You dumb fuck. Duh. How are these people this stupid? How's people
I don't know.
How is people like Andrew Tate and Top Boy, like how are these people this fucking stupid about politics? How is someone like Sneako, who defended cuties in the past, making more sense than someone like this guy who claims to be the smartest guy alive?
It's like the same people like this. Again, the other one, the Mexicans.
What is up, Destructor? Sneako is dumb. Yeah, I get Sneako's dumb, but like in this instance, he's right because I feel like the Venezuela regime change was a mistake, and Andrew Tate's just selling out. It's like, oh, going after these Mexicans, but it's just like, who are you going after these Mexicans for? I mean, okay, so you see Andrew Tate's an idiot too. So you think both of them are dumb, and that's perfectly fine. Also, Destructor 8:30, you're coming on. I can send you a link and all that after this segment. We'll basically be doing your interview. But thank you for showing up, my friend.
Said that he was grifting leftists and Muslims, pretending to be pro-Palestine when he really wanted to create Israel for his own white Mexican ethno-state. You see the same thing over here. Top Boy, he said free Palestine when it was super trendy to get clout, and then he's against it. He doesn't care anymore. There's no such thing as international law. Actually, there is. They're committing a genocide right now. And the genocide from the 30s, right, Auschwitz, the one that you got upset about. Sneako did it. That one you can't talk about. This one today, it's not real. They deny the Holocaust of today and are afraid to ever criticize or question the one that happened 100 years ago.
And who has the most guns?
Also, I'm going to let this video play because I got to go to the bathroom really quick. But yeah, but that's the thing. It's just like, that's the thing. I know some people don't like Sneako, but it's like Sneako, I feel like he's in the right in this situation because that's the thing. That's why I'm reacting to this video because it's like Venezuela regime change was just a waste because the IDF is in there now and they basically made Venezuela into a colony of Israel, not a colony of America. So all these American nationalists that said, oh, we're taking Venezuela for ourselves. It's like, you guys ended up being wrong, stupid.
That's the way everything works. Law isn't real. I've said to you guys for a very long time, law isn't real.
Okay, well, yeah, that's not going to be good for your lawyers. How many cases does he have pending? How many countries does he want it in? How many, your lawyer got to be listening to this and just, I feel bad.
It's an empire of lies. The idea of law and order is all made up. Who has guns? They arrested me and threw me in jail when I did nothing wrong because they had guns. That's it. America's got fucking guns. So let's take everyone to shit while we have Trump in charge. 100% for Venezuela.
The British immigrant half-black in Romania says this.
I'm back.
Let's take Colombia too. Let's take all their shit. And by the way,
that's the thing. He wants to say, "Oh, we got to take."
Oh yeah,
Colombia.
also that noise plate's up.
But that's the thing. It's like he wants us to take Colombia, take Nigeria, take all these countries, right? Even though he's in Romania, not even America. But it's like, what's America going to do with all these countries when we can't even control our own fucking states? What are we going to do with all these extra countries? Because that's the thing. We have control over Syria. We have control over all these countries in the Middle East. But yet, guess what? We can't even get them in line because guess what? There's regimes. Like it's this thing. We regime change, but guess what? We lost the regime in Afghanistan. The Taliban ended up taking Afghanistan. So that regime change lasted good, right? And that's what's going to happen. Just like these regimes are just going to form back in different ways, and they're going to be more hostile towards us.
Really?
Because you can't kill an ideology. You can't kill an ideology at all. You can't. You can't kill an ideology. You can't kill a group of people. You can't kill an entire regime. You can kill the main leaders, but there's always going to be people under that are going to always come back in power. Like the regime that we put in is just going to. In fact, sometimes, like the regime in Iraq, the same regime we put in Iraq is the same regime that today says that they want America to be dead. they basically chant death to America. The people we put in power in Iraq to overtake Saddam hates us. So it's like we're literally putting people, we're literally replacing radical Muslims with other radical Muslims that hate us. So it's like, is it really regime change when the people we're putting in and giving power hate us just as equally as the last regime? Like, how is that working? How is this regime change shit even working? Like, we can't just take all these fucking countries when these countries are not really going to be ours, because guess what? The people in these countries are just going to always find a way to rebel. Like, look what happened to the British Empire. They had all these colonies. They had like all these colonies around the whole world, but then every single colony ended up rebelling and declaring independence. Now they have 0 colonies left. Now they just have an island called the United Kingdom. That's all Britain has left, is literally their own island. They have no other territory over in the world because they tried to be dominant. But guess what? All these fucking people that they colonized, they all ended up. In fact, America was one of these colonies that they controlled, and we ended up rebelling, and basically, so it's like, that's the thing. It's not going to work. Being imperialist and being like the British Empire is not going to fucking work, especially in today's ages, because there's always going to be rebels that will rebel. And Islam will sadly take the UK. Islam and Jews as well, because you got to understand too, it's like Jews also are kind of running the UK, but that's the thing, Islam is going to take the UK, because that's the thing. They're not fighting back. In fact, the regime in the UK is just letting all these Islam migrants just come and overtake the country. And that's why it's like, that's the thing. It's like, we have to fight for our country. We got to fight for our own home before, we can go and control other countries. And that's just a fact.
This fucking subject. Any man who is down there in Latin America is collateral damage. If you're some American who's down there passport broing and you get hit by a fucking Black Hawk depleted uranium round right in the fucking dome, you deserve it. Because those girls are
Black Hawk. But that's the thing. Andrew Tate's literally saying, if you're an American taking a vacation in Latin America and you get a missile struck on accident, even though you're an American citizen, you deserve to die for just being down there taking a vacation. That's how fucking evil and stupid these people are. They're literally saying, with a smile on their face, if you're an American and you're going down there for a vacation and you get hit by a missile, it's your fault. You're Romanian. You're not even American, and yet you're advocating for American citizens to die for just taking a vacation down there? Really? You're fucking retarded, bro.
Like fucking housemaids, bruv. Anyone who says Latinos is hot is poor. If you have real money, you have a Russian or a Ukrainian.
So if you say Latinos are hot, you're poor? What? Play the fart sound. That's so fucking stupid. Literally saying the hottest women are hot that means you're poor. Okay, buddy.
Real money,
you're the richest celebrities get like the rapper Pitbull. He has Latinos all around. Is he poor? He says Latinos are hot. Is Pitbull broke?
But in Dubai, but when you're broke on $3,000 a month, you go down to Colombia and go, the women are so feminine.
Real pimps take all the white women in Ukraine. And then the white populist movement, like, yeah, that's so based. He's literally saying here, the best women to pimp are white women.
I'm going to refill my water, but I'm going to let this video play. But that's the thing. It's like Andrew Tate's just making himself look like an idiot. And not just Andrew Tate, but anyone that supported this Venezuela regime change is a fucking idiot. They're literally doing it for their own objective goals.
Half black pimp, the mulatto pimp. Yeah, I like the white whores the best. Well done. Is this really helping out your demographic replacement?
In here, she hasn't even got a fucking pedicure. She's got flat feet, bruv. Flat feet and fucking flip-flops on. She looks like my housemaid. I hired 5 of those little motherfuckers to clean my penthouse in Dubai. Latin girls, this fucking obsession with Latinas. I go to Nicaragua to get my girls. You're a faggot. Latinas aren't hot. The only hot Latinas that exist are already in Miami. Therefore, any man who's down there trying to fuck these ogres is also collateral damage. Send the Blackhawks. Kill any man who's obsessed with Latinas. Anyone who's in the way of our bullets deserves it. Uncle Sam's bullets. Don't get in our way. Give us your fucking oil. Fuck Papacito. Fuck international law. Fuck all of it.
Big words coming from Tate, a guy who couldn't beat a homo in a boxing match.
It's not real. I delude myself. I didn't lose. I just say it. I create reality in my mind. Thanks for the 5 subs, FNF Speed. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. FNF Speed, my goat. This is the issue here. These people are just all chaos agents. They literally get a script from Assad. They have tech teams in Israel, and they are paid just to create chaos. Law is not real. International crimes don't exist.
Venezuela's now ours. It belongs to the Trump family. We're going to build a big Trump tower. We're going to take all the fucking oil. What's Colombia going to take their shit?
Peak resentment politics. Women during red pill era, minorities in mega era, now whites.
Yeah, exactly. It went from women can't drive to brown people deserve to get bombed because they're brown, even though I'm half black. It's retarded, bro. It's retarded. Just capitalizing off of the resentment of the male youth. Let me show you again why whites, if we're going to talk about race as being the biggest bioweapon, this is clearly why whites are. Look at Eric Trump at the summit in 2022. Listen.
A minority in this room. It's really interesting. My sister always called me the Shaba Goy, right? Everybody knows this. Because I'm actually...
They're literally referring to themselves as Goy. Like these people, Eric Trump's son, is literally referring to himself as Goy. But yet, if you call them Goy, you have the MAGA saying, they're not owned by Israel. It's just a conspiracy theory. Isn't it a conspiracy theory when they're literally calling themselves Goy?
Yeah, they always call me a Shabbos Goy because you are. Because you are.
Latino women over white women. Honestly, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. It's hard to pick because white women are pretty hot too, especially the blondes.
Ivanka Trump converted to Judaism.
I'm half Jewish.
That's true. Ivanka Trump, Trump's daughter, literally married Jared Kushner, a guy on the Epstein files, and converted to Judaism. That's why Trump's fully supporting Israel, because that's the thing. He has tie. His family is literally Jewish. And he even said himself, when Mark Levin said, hey, Trump, you're the first Jewish president, Trump said, yes, I know.
Everybody knows this, right? Ivanka and Jared are Jewish, and I've done more Sabbath dinners, and I've done more great events, and, occasionally they'll ask me to actually push the button.
I think we've already made, the point of the video, because it's 1 minute till we get Destructor on. So I want to go ahead, get final thoughts on all this, and then I'll just send Destructor the link. Get through the interview, and then get ready to go meet
and I'll
James.
get a game fired up so you have background footage.
Yeah, you can get gameplay up already. But Dimmer Rabbit, what if you're still awake? What's your opinion on the Venezuelan regime change and the IDF showing up in Venezuela and Andrew Tate defending that?
Jimmy, you better not be asleep.
I guess he fell asleep. All right, Todd, you can give your perspective. What's your perspective on all this?
It's fucking stupid, and someone should do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't really have anything to say.
All right, I'll give my final perspective then. I think because this regime change was a mistake because it's not beneficial to us. It's beneficial to a foreign nation, and I feel like that we need someone like Thomas Massie to take over and actually put America first and actually not fight all these endless wars. And before we save the world, we need to save ourselves first. And that's my final thoughts on it. So I'm going to go ahead. So go ahead, get the gameplay. Look the gameplay you want to get up, and I'm sending the link to Destructor now.
I'm trying to decide what I want to play. That's
good. Sleepy Doomer Rabbit. Yep, I guess he's going to be asleep during the interview. So I sent you the link, Destructor, in DM. So whenever you are ready, just come on. And we'll talk about the state of the commentary community, Gideon, and all that. And, talk the show with, Destructor. Sent you a link, but take your time. But yeah, it's just the whole Venezuela thing. That's the thing. I kept telling people that the regime change was a mistake. Oh, the Destructor is already here. So let's go ahead and get him on. What is up, Destructor? Welcome to the program. Happy birthday to you, my friend.
Thank you. I just did a stream over an hour or so ago.
Yeah, of course. And I saw you link that. Happy birthday, my friend. So, to go ahead and start the interview, introduce yourself to the people that don't really know who you are or know what kind of content you make.
Well, I am Destructor. I'm from Canada. One of the only few good things about Canada, which is saying a lot because Canada is mentally retarded with all their fucking suicide assistance programs and letting in a bunch of third world Indians and Frenchies and all this other great stuff there, Taz, and all that shit too. It's so wonderful, so wonderful. But Canada's garbage, so that's to be expected. But I'm not here to shit talk about Canada. I'm here to talk about myself. Yeah, I do YouTube videos. I have 2 channels. My main channel is about commentary stuff, just kind of talk about whatever I want. So like EDPs, AI stuff, ranting for vengeance, like GDon. Those are my most popular type of people I go after. And then I have a gaming channel called Destructor Game Zone, where I just rant about video games and do reviews sometimes and just give my thoughts on whatever I feel like talking about. So that's what I do for a living.
Mm-hmm. And so what's made you decide, because I'm actually interested in like the Gideon thing, like what's made you, because I've criticized Gideon as well, like what made you decide to like cover, because I watched your Gideon video and I feel like you made a lot of valid points, but what made you decide like, hey, this guy's not really about catching the pedals, he's just in it for himself? Like what's made you decide to, really shit on Gideon as hard as you did? Because you went hard on him in that video.
Well, in my old videos, like talking about how much of a Christian fraud he is and like, the sting operations, because no one was talking about how dog shit the stings were, especially the EDP stings. We're talking about those, and I haven't really did a video on his recent like debacle. I might do that. I haven't really decided yet. But like, especially when it comes to EDP sting, he was the actual minor EDP actually groomed named Kayla Hoskins, who at the time was 15 or so years old. Yes, a literal minor who EDP groomed. Then she went to Gideon. And instead of like Gideon telling this person or like one of the people associated or whatever, or telling her, yeah, just call the police and send that shit right away, they literally told this chick to fucking pretty much just keep talking to EDP for content. And if you saw their like god awful sting operation, Gideon wear a fucking cupcake suit, and it was just a joke. And I was like, I had to call this shit out. The only other person who was doing that was a friend of mine, Plubius, who also does the great content, by the way. But it's just like, I feel like people weren't calling out Gideon for what he is, and even now it's like it's not good enough, I find, because I just think he's a massive hypocritical fraud who really can't take the heat if you actually give him pressure. Even he admitted that in this fucking like debacle of a video. So I just find that like he just gets away with it and shit. That's what made me want to do it, because I had to expose the truth.
Yeah, because in that first sting, it seems like he didn't even like take it seriously. He was just wearing a cupcake suit. He told the girl, hey, don't go to the police. Keep talking to him for content. Give us content. Let us do sting so we can expose them. But then when they do the sting, they even call the police. So then Gideon gets in contact with Alex Rosen. And to Alex Rosen's credit, he's actually gotten better because he's actually getting arrests. And it seems like Alex taught Gideon how to actually get arrests and stuff like that. And it seems like Gideon kind of threw Alex Rosen under the bus because Alex Rosen decides to support Chud the Builder. And Gideon's like, well, I'm going to throw all this pedal catching stuff away because Alex Rosen's racist. So fuck him. Like, what was your thoughts when you saw that Gideon backstabbed Alex Rosen just for his stupid cancel culture audience and not for the actual message of arresting pedos?
I wasn't surprised by that. I mean, I'm not really mad about it because I wasn't paying attention to Gideon by that point, because I was like, because I felt like what I was just doing, I already did what I had to do. So I was like, whatever. But I just find it kind of stupid, because like, so you're telling me you were willing to hang out with a guy who has admitted to being racist, who doesn't like black people, who says like the N-word. I mean, when he first got exposed, all that shit back then, you heard the shit he said. Like, he doesn't like blacks and whatever. That's his opinion. Not like I fully agree with it, but still, he's not like Mr. I like blacks and all that shit. So it's like, why would you willingly associate with like a guy who probably be cool with like KKK shit? So it just doesn't make any sense. And it just felt convenient to do it because the person that Alex decided to be cool with or just bail is like someone that people don't like. I guess I don't know this Chud the Builder guy, so I can't really fully say. So it just felt like, oh, I do it for the convenience of it. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, it really shows that he doesn't really have much of like character to stand on as a person, which I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either. It seems like a lot of people online don't really have that character either. So, what's your opinion on the way like commentary is going with like all the commentary creators like Nicholas Studio and stuff? Like, what's your opinions on like the state of the commentary community that is now than from what it used to be like in 2016?
Commentary is just, I don't know. I don't really keep up with commentary. I just find it's just kind of boring really now. It has been for a while. Like, I know he used to be a fan of like, you know, Turkey Tom and shit like that, but even he's just gotten like, he just does documentary slop and doesn't really do anything interesting. And like, even like smaller creators, I'm like, I don't really care for that stuff. Like, I know I'm like technically a commentary channel, but I always feel like I just did my own thing, really. I don't know, commentary, unless you're just doing your own thing, like if you're trying to be part of some like community, it's just mega like fake edgy cringe, really. It's like, oh, we're gonna pretend to be cool and edgy, but we're really just lame. That's what I get the vibe off of it, like personally.
That's the vibe I get off of it too. And a lot of people I ask this question, like all these other commentators that I've interviewed, they say the same thing. It's just like you gotta just do your own thing. Being a part of these cliques just not worth it, because a lot of these cliques, which is fake moral fag, they'll pretend to be edgy, but then you say something wrong that's like edgy, but like not to their standards, they'll just kick you out of the clique. So a lot of people that I've talked to have said something similar. It's like it's might as well you just do your own thing. So what are like the because I know you also focus on like the Hassan stuff as well. It's like what other stuff like do you like focus on that like you're passionate about that you basically, you know, talk about? It's just like, hey, there needs to be a change on this.
Well, when it comes to my channel, like obviously I talk about the usual EDP or something, or like obviously I did that whole content barrel on Hassan and shit. Like I pretty much just talk about like, I don't know, just stuff I feel like talking about. I guess it's like semi-political stuff. I like to go after like incels, like wrestling otaku or something. Just incels in general, really, about how stupid they are and just pathetic they are, really. I've also like just got my feet into like AI, talking about like, this Bobby's Adventure AI and shit, and just kind of like talk about semi-political stuff like Tim Hortons and shit, like pretty much talking about like its downfall and shit, which is like this Canadian donut chain, if you need to know. It's pretty much like the get kind of like whatever I feel like talking about.
So why do you think the incel problem is getting so bad on the internet? Why do you think there's so many incels coming on, sipping for Twitch dots and just coming on, like throwing the monies around? And basically, like, why do you think the incel problem is getting so bad on the internet?
Wouldn't incels be against that, though?
Well, see, it's a lot of incels that want pussy that can't get pussy IRL, so that they throw money to these e-girls, basically.
Yeah, he's kind of right. Like, they hate women, but they really want them and shit. It's like, oh, like they need them. Like they're pretty much, they think that they are.
I'll tell you what the
owed a
problem
girlfriend.
is. Feminism. That's why they exist.
Yeah, but to say that's the only reason would be disingenuous.
Feminism is Jewish coded.
No shit, it's fucking cancer, but it's multifaceted. It's not just feminism. This it's a lot of things.
Yeah, some of them are also genuine creeps. Like.
Yeah, but let Destructor finish his point.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all good.
If I had to really think why these incels exist, I mean, these people, it could be arranged from having a lack of male role models in their lives. They don't really have a father. They flock to the internet. There's too many of them. Like, they spend too much time on the internet, like just looking at the most disgusting, degenerate porn or some shit. Like, I don't know. Like, what kind of weirdo shit they like? I don't know, some hentai bullshit or whatever. It really is a lot of reasons why they are, or just maybe it's bad relationship experiences because some people have had bad luck with women. I don't know why these people they exist. Like, a lot of the time, 9 times out of 10, I say when someone's an incel, it's usually because they're the problem and not because of like society and women. I would say. In my opinion, like there's maybe like a rare exception here and there where it's like, okay, it is like everyone else's fault why this person's the way it is, but personally I think it's more so just the incels themselves because they don't do self-reflection to like improve themselves.
Oh yeah.
And why do you think a lot of content creators, like mainly on Twitch, kind of peddle and bend the knee and basically, appeal to these incels, like basically pander to that's the word I was looking for. Why do you think a lot of these content creators on Twitch, even some of the ones that are not incels themselves, pander to a lot of these incels?
Well, because they're simps, really. They just, if they see tits and ass, they'll just fucking click and just be like, oh, hey, I have a chance with this chick or some shit. It's really like a dopamine thing, because like, excuse me, like when you're a guy, if you see like, a woman looking nice or something, you're gonna like think in your animal instincts, like, oh, booba, 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 like you want to fuck her, pretty much. Like when you, let's be real. The first thing when it comes to a girl is if you're not thinking, can I see myself fucking this chick or not, then you're thinking about this all the wrong way before you even know what this person's like. So if you think someone's hot, it's like, oh, they send money and have a chance, because it's just peak delusion on their brains because they spend too much time on the internet. So that's why.
They spend a lot. So how do you think we could combat this incel problem, like kind of just get people to wake up and realize, hey, this incel problem is getting too much? And how do you think we could convince these incels that they're in the wrong on this incel ideology?
Honestly, I think since they won't leave the internet, really, you gotta like make content that appeals to them to get them to pretty much just, talk about like, oh, if you can get these incels to like pretty much change their lives or some shit, like working out or whatever, like some of that old school red pill stuff, like before all that cringy WWE aspects when Enter came along. If you can do stuff like that, pretty much, I think if you just give these people like a real male role model type figure, I think these people could be changed. Some of them are too far gone, but I think you can definitely get some enough to where they can change their lives.
I think so too, because that's the thing. You can't save everybody, but there's definitely some people you could save, and I feel like they just need more male role models in their life, and then they could be saved. So the other question is, because you cover the Hassan stuff, so I feel like this will be a valid question to ask. Do you think Hassan should be deported for the whole Cuba situation and his terroristic rhetoric? Why or why not?
I think he should be beyond deported and should be. I want his life gone, but that would be a little unrealistic. So if he can be deported, I will gladly take it. And to where either China or like Turkey, like he should be deported, because like everyone can have their disagreements. Like you don't have to love America, suck its cock and shit, but there's like a fine line to like Hassan. He's just pretty much just like preaching hate. He's doing more like hateful rhetoric than like people, let's say, are quote unquote hateful, like Nick Fuentes, who granted I'm not a fan of, but I don't see him going around chanting death to America, saying America deserved 9/11, even though, again, with like that guy, for example, he doesn't like where America's going, like, oh, Israel this, Israel that. Even he's like, I don't hate America or some shit. Hassan is just he's just a communist. Like if you're a communist, like you have to go. That alone is like grounds for deportation, like communist, Marxist. So like I am all for like people like Hassan, Sneako, get the fuck out of America. Like Islamist terrorism shit, like that has to go too. Like there's so many like things, like check boxes of like Hassan needs to go for, the like, which is why I do that content barrel. And hell, there's been more shit that's come out since I released that video. So totally.
Yeah, and I agree with that, because that's the thing. 'Cause especially when you're saying that America deserves 9/11 and you're trying to justify all that, it's like, why are you even here in America? If you hate America that much where you're calling for terrorism, it's like, why don't you self-deport and go? Because this thing, he claims that Turkey and China and all these other countries are better than America. It's like, okay, go live there then. If you believe those countries are better than America, then go live there.
He also did communist Chinese propaganda. Like he literally did CCP propaganda with like a Chinese communist propaganda journalist, which I thought was hilarious. Sorry.
Yeah.
We also covered this on the show too. Hassan also admitted to talking to the communist government of Cuba as well, and we covered that on the show, where he literally admitted to talking to Cuba, talking to CCP. It's like he's talking to all
And
these
spreading
governments.
propaganda from them too.
Yeah, he's spreading propaganda. It's like, that's the thing. If you like them that much and you're talking to them, why don't you ask them to arrange a place for you to live so you can get the fuck out of here? If you really hate America that much, use your connections and tell these people, hey, I don't want to be a part of America anymore. Get the fuck out of here.
That would be nice. I think it would be beneficial to America. But the thing about like these communists, like a lot of these like leftist retards and shit, they pretty much will not leave America because they know deep down like capitalism, how the way life is in America is just better than like every other nation type of shit, especially when it comes to crap they claim to believe in, all this socialist shit. Because if they really wanted to, they can just go to like any of those democratic socialist shitholes like Canada, and then they can just be happy. But we all know that they would be losing more money if they were to do that. So they only stay because of money. Because America is like one of the best places in the world to make money.
And not only that, but all these other countries ain't gonna, support rhetoric that's like if you said a Canada deserved 9/11, man, you would be arrested right on the spot. America's like allows free speech, and it comes to my other question too. What do you think about the defense of Hassan saying, "Oh, it's anti-free speech to have people like Hassan, Sneako, and etc. deported"? Like, what do you think about that argument?
That's not even free speech. I kind of want to say hate speech because that doesn't exist. Like, you should be able to criticize America, Israel, and etc. But with Hassan, he's already breached that point to like where he wants third world like shit pretty much. Like he's shown Islamic terrorist propaganda. Like he's someone that is a grounds that he should be deported. This isn't like a free speech issue. You're spreading like complete nonsense. Like as much as I don't like that commie New York mayor, at least he's like, as much as he might shit on America or some shit, at least he's not saying America deserved 9/11 or some shit. So like you can argue he can say, but like Hassan has breached that contract like years ago. And he has a huge laundry list of it. And plus plus the fact that he did propaganda pieces for communist countries, like I'm sorry, but you've lost that fucking right like long ago. Like that alone is pretty much lost so many grounds for it. Like there should be no debate. Like yeah, it should be done by now, but I guess like legal systems are a thing, so that's probably why.
And that's the thing. It's like, do you think that the Trump administration's ever going to actually deport Hassan? Do you think they're just going to let him do whatever he does, and when nothing's ever going to get done about it?
I don't even think they know he exists. That's the funny thing.
Apparently they do, because they invited Asmongold, his number one op, to the White House. So if they're watching Asmongold, they definitely know that Hassan does exist, especially if the government has subpoenaed him over the Cuban things. Like they definitely know he exists. I don't think they see him as like a big threat, because Trump isn't going to talk about Hassan, but he's going to talk about Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, and all that. So, and it kind of.
Go on. Sorry.
No, you're good. You can go ahead.
Well, it's just because Hassan spends most of his time in LA, and when you really look what he does, he's not really a threat. He's like someone who talks a lot of shit, but if you confront him face to face, he won't really do anything. Because all he does is saying words. He's not like inciting people to do this or that. He's not doing like Charlottesville riots or like BLM riots, inciting that shit. He's mostly just like yapping away, like being a little clown. Like there's not really much, because like even if you deport the guy, like okay, great, it's not much. It's not really a high priority for the Trump administration to deport like some streamer that a bunch of online people on the right don't like and some people on the left. Because like outside the internet stuff, who really knows Hassan in your normal life? No, I don't think our parents know who the fuck he is. That type of shit. He's not that relevant. Like at least like people may have heard of Candace Owens or Alex Jones or some shit, because they're known for being political and being somewhat taken seriously, where Hassan is just a fucking, well, he's a clown. Let's put it that way. He's just a clown.
He's just a clown online that everyone laughs at. So back
no
to
serious political views, no serious skills in debate, no serious economic solutions. He has nothing.
So is there any like commentary channels that you've taken like inspiration over the years, like while making your content? Like, is there anybody who's just like, oh, I'm inspired by their content?
I mean, well, as much as I find his content more boring, I don't care for it. Like, Turkey Tom was somewhat of an inspiration, but to me, like my inspiration for YouTube or just entertainment is much more old school, like old school AVGN type of content where I just say whatever the hell I want. Angry Joe before he became like a woke liberal cuck, that type of shit, or just like pretty much or just video games, like personalities, really people who just say whatever they want are just cool, really. That's pretty much it. I just take inspiration from what I find interesting, really. Like mostly like old like wrestlers or some shit, like a Scott Steiner or some shit. Like I guess that makes sense.
So it's basically just, like video game creators that shit on video games, people just saying whatever, like people like Angry Joe before he became like super woke, basically just telling the truth and having a spine and standing up for what's right before selling out. What do you think about those type of creators that we used to watch growing up, just selling out and having different standards and different point of views that they used to have?
I find it disheartening, especially Angry Joe, who I'm definitely going to do a video about because, like, because he was like he was coping about Supergirl and like seeing the movie a few times, and then like, he admitted like the movie was garbage and shit, pretty much. But it's like it's not because it's all woke. It's like dude, it's because it's like woke garbage, that type of shit. I don't know. I think it's just because money, really. Like AVGN, like he's not entertaining, but I can at least say he's not like woke trash or some shit. I just think Angry Joe is like he just has to do it to like so he doesn't be afraid of being canceled or some shit. I guess I don't fucking know.
Do you think like if you ever became that big like Angry Joe and Gideon and these creators are audience captured, do you ever see yourself being audience captured, and how would you prevent not being audience captured?
I honestly don't know. It'd be very very terrifying because I don't know because I'm pretty lazy and shit, so I can probably like wouldn't care. So you don't know what would happen.
You really don't know what will happen unless you put yourself in that situation, and that's what a lot of because creators like myself say, "Hey, we're never going to audience capture and bend the knee." But then you look at the creators like Tipster, Angry Joe that said the same thing, and Gideon that said the same thing years ago when they were small. But then when they actually get big, they tell a different story and end up being audience captured and end up going back on everything they stood for. And it's just like you just don't really know.
Yeah, fame does a lot of things to people, and it's not even just YouTubers. It's like musicians, like. Because when you're like starting out, you're hungry, you want to make great music, and then once you start getting fame and shit, you start becoming shittier. It's like a tale as old as time, pretty much. So I don't know if I ever get like famous or I could live off YouTube, I really don't know how the hell I would be. So I can only assume I could wait until like maybe like 10 years from now or some shit. So who knows?
We really never know. I see, because that's the thing. I saw you make a video on Nick Fuentes. So what's your opinions on the America First movement and Nick Fuentes? And is the movement really going to save America, or do you think it's like just a grift? And what's your issues and criticisms with it? And also I see sometimes you agree with it as well. So it's like, what's your criticisms of America First, and what stuff do you actually like do agree on?
Well, okay, so I'll start with the America First movement. On basic principle, I do appreciate, like, I can agree on some extent, like, it should be about, insert country first, like, care about your country, like, like that type of shit, calling out Israel for, like, their corruption, like, how, especially when it comes to America, that type of shit. My thing really with, like, them, like less so much the gripers, because a lot of them they just follow whatever Nick says. More so like Nick is that the guy is like you'll probably see more of in a big video, but like in that first video I did, like I kind of exposed like the guy's kind of a freak and shouldn't be taken seriously. The guy's like has admitted to like being exposed to watching tranny porn, fucking he likes into cat boy shit. Like the guy's very questionable. Like he said like having sex with women is gay. Like, I'm sorry, like, what are we fucking doing here? Like, this is, like, just stupid as shit, And my main, like, when it comes to, like, serious political things, it's more, like, on this hyper fixation on, like, nationalism and shit, like, being pro-Hitler, because, like, Nazism, at least in my opinion, is, like...
some of those are jokes, right?
I doubt that, like, but still, like, the idea of Nazism, like, is just government control, but just for right-wingers, pretty much. So it's like, is it really like freedom? Personally, no.
Actually, Nazism was a combined effort of both left and right.
I mean, because that's the thing, like, there are some leftists that support it, but like, I do understand the criticism. So that's the thing. It's like, I do enjoy, like, I'll admit, like, I do enjoy Nick's content, but it's like when he says, like, oh, having sex with women is gay, and then he's being exposed for going on a date with Catboy Cammy, it's just like kind of ruins the conservative, because that's the thing. A lot of conservatives that come on, like, they're supposed to be against all that. They're supposed to be against that rhetoric. In fact, you'll see like a leftist gay guy would be saying that kind of shit of having sex with women is gay. And that's the thing. That part I actually don't believe is a joke, because he's said it over and over in like serious tones, and he'll go on podcasts and say, yeah, I'm a virgin. I don't believe in having sex with women. But then he gets exposed to like watching training porn. It's like, I'll be honest, I don't care if someone's gay or not. And I don't think like if Nick is truly gay, like there should be like a criticism against him. But however, it's like if you're going to LARP as a conservative and you're going to shit on gays, like maybe you shouldn't have the rhetoric of, oh yeah, having sex with women is gay, but then shit on people that have sex with dudes, even though you're watching training porn and going on dates with dudes and all that. I feel like that part's like Nick is kind of wrong on, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. You pretty much like summarize it. That's what I'm trying to say with it. It's just he said there's numerous fucking times. Like he went to like a, what was it, like stupid club or some shit with like, all those red pill losers, and they were like, oh, bring some bitches over. It's like, nah, I'm good. Like, what the fuck are you at a club then? It's just kind of like ridiculous. Like, I don't think Nick is like the worst thing ever, but like I do find, like, I'll explain it more in like in a video I do have planned on, because I do want to get my thoughts more clear on that in a bigger form video, really. If that makes sense. But that's kind of like a gist of it. Like, my thing is, not a fan of the whole pro like Nazi shit and just weirdo like sus degeneracy.
But you do support like the basic principles of putting America first and like criticizing Israel and control. Like, you just don't agree with like all the extra like stuff he puts in on it. Basically, pretty
much. Like, that's what I would say. Yeah.
So what's your? Because I know like I reacted to your video on this a while back, but I kind of want to ask you, because I know like this is one of the main topics you cover, is what do you think about EDP returning to YouTube on one of his old banned YouTubes, like YouTube just unbanning him? Do you think that was a mistake on their end? Do you think it was on purpose? Like, why do you think EDP was allowed to come back on YouTube unharmed now all of a sudden, even though YouTube has...
Because people don't care, isn't it obvious?
Yeah, but I'm asking for Destructor's perspective, because it's an interview.
Well, I think it's more... I think it's just because, like... Well... bunch of people like mass supported him, which that makes sense, and then unfortunately I guess like YouTube must have saw it as a mistake, and I guess they didn't really bother, because YouTube is a system like they really take their sweet ass time when it comes to banning people. They're kind of lenient, because it's not just EDP. I've seen other people, I think, what's his fucking face, James Charles still has the channel last time I checked. Like I know Jared Genesis, another like person I cover, like he just keeps coming back and fuck all does anything happens to him. Shit like that. It's not just EDP, but it just kind of shows YouTube does have a little of a lax position on moderation and shit, instead of like trying to do their job pretty much. I do think he will be banned again, but it's just gonna take a while pretty much, unfortunately, which is stupid.
And yeah, James Charles still has a channel, but I don't think they're going to get rid of someone like James Charles, because he makes YouTube too much money, because he grifts the makeup community, and the makeup community gives James Charles a lot of money. And it brings YouTube a lot of, especially because he's monetized, it brings YouTube a lot of money when, a lot of ad revenue and sponsorships. And
all this pedo hunting bullshit and all this other stuff, it's all fake. They don't care about children.
Yeah, no, they don't. Like with the Gideon thing, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing, like,
none of these people care. It's all about the clout.
Yeah, exactly.
And the only thing they do is get in the way of actual investigations and ruin them.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like Destructor said earlier, it's like hold on. Let me finish. What Destructor said earlier was a good example of that, because Gideon didn't even like when he got in contact with the girl, right, to go after EDP. He told him not to call the police, but to keep talking to EDP, and he showed up in a cupcake outfit, and he treated it as a fucking joke comedy skit. He didn't even have. He made the same mistake Alex Rosen made the first time, was not involving the police, not calling the police, and that's why EDP is still not in jail. Because, like you said, these people don't care about catching pedos. Why do you think that People versus Pride guy got exposed and was banned off of every platform? It's because he didn't care either. He just
And here's the crazy part: some of them are actual pedophiles themselves.
yeah, a lot of them end up self-projecting.
What are the odds? Self-projection. It's a tale as old as time.
So, Destructor, how do you think someone like Gideon could actually better like their pedo catching like stunts? Like how do you think someone like Gideon should have handled the EDP thing like a lot better? Like how do you think he should have handled that situation?
Well, when they first when like Kayla came in and like showed them like, hey, this is what he's doing. It's like, okay, call the cops immediately, like just immediately, and then they start doing like an investigation going on or some shit. Like if they had to do a sting operation or some shit, like just make a stupid decoy or some shit just to trick EDP or something if they have to. I personally think just the most they should do is just go to just tell the girl, call the cops and go from there. And yeah, that type of shit. And just work with the police to just kind of figure out what's going on, see if you can get EDP arrested and just go from that point. But if they're going to do a sting, obviously tell the girl to just block him, you know, and then start make a decoy or something just to like kind of just get him to come out and like do a sting, you know, that type of shit, just into a much more proper location, not at a dialysis center where EDP has to get his treatment. So you can kind of like get him in, which is what Chet Goldstein did, except for what he did last time, minus calling the cops, of course, and make sure you have the cops standing by if EDP tries to get away or some shit. That's like the basics of what you should do. And then maybe EDP would be in jail, maybe, but who the fuck knows?
No, he definitely would, because that's the thing. He would definitely fall for the decoy, because EDP falls for anything. He's been caught so many times because he can't help himself. Like he's literally that attracted to minors, and you have such an easy target. But for some reason, every time they get this guy, they just use it instead of getting the police involved and actually getting this guy arrested, which Gideon would have had a lot of support if he was the one that got EDP in jail, and he actually, you know, took it a lot more seriously instead of treating it as like some fucking content grift. I feel like do you think Gideon would have a lot more respect if he was the one that got EDP? Like, would you personally have more respect for Gideon if he was the one that got EDP locked away?
If he did that, yeah, I would. I don't think a lot of those I don't think most of those Gideon videos would even happen to begin with, or really any. I wouldn't be talking about how much if he's a fraud. I don't think he would have done like the whole stopping doing videos and like pretending to like go to God or some shit like that, all that Christian shit and all of this shit. A lot of this shit that Gideon had to deal with over the years would not happen, except for like maybe this recent shit, since it is like pretty much unrelated to EDP. He would definitely have more respect in my books than what he has now, pretty much, if you ask my opinion. So definitely.
I think so too. I really do, because that's the thing. It's like, you know, I think he definitely would have a lot more respect if he was the one that got EDP locked away, but it's just like instead he just saw it as a clout thing. And then Alex Rosen, you know, got in contact with them, and then he was showing him how the way to do it, because Alex made the same mistake. I was like, hey, I made the same mistake as well. Here's how you actually do it. And then Gideon even admits, hey, he got all this stuff from Alex, but then he ends up stabbing Alex in the back for his own gain. And then now he's not going to even make any videos anymore catching pedos, and now he's just going to give up, all because, you know, of the backlash he's getting because he's so much of a pussy. And it's just like, that's the thing. I felt like if Gideon wasn't so audience captured and clout motivated and actually cared about getting these pedos arrested like Alex Rosen is clearly shown now from his old, you know, ways, then a lot more people would have respect. Because that's the thing. A lot of people have respect for Alex, even though he's racist and does all that stupid shit. It's because Alex still Alex actually gets arrested, and he took accountability from his first EDP mistake. Gideon never took accountability. He just said, "Oh, I'm learning," and then backstabbed the guy that actually taught him the shit. So, you think Gideon would ever go back to pedo catching, or you think Gideon's just going to go back to what he was doing before the whole pedo catching? Do you think the pedo catching is over?
Well, he never said he was done doing that shit. I think he probably will come back. He'll definitely be back to doing streaming or some shit that he said he would. He'll be back doing it. Like, just give it like about a month to like three to 4 months, because this isn't the first time he said he's gonna quit something and he kind of went back to doing like the first time when he said he was quitting all this like normal content to do like Christian content. A few months later, he came back to doing his fucking bullshit, and well, boom, there you fucking
Sounds
go.
like half the commentary community.
Yeah, it's pretty much. That's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, that's basically the whole commentary community. They do the same tactics. So now, you mentioned you also did like some gaming topic. Like, what's the main like topics on the gaming channel that you cover? Like, do you cover like video game companies or stuff like that?
I just rant really about whatever I feel like, and sometimes do game reviews. Like, I'll shit talk, like, you know, I've made videos shitting on Xbox, talking about how game remakes are stupid. I reviewed Battlefield 6 when that was fresh and new and whatever, talking about like old games are better. It is a pretty new channel, only like about 10 or so videos, but the general gist is like rants, you know, reviews, that type of shit. I'll definitely I'll have a video shitting on Sony that should be out like soon, so be on the lookout for that. Like, that's kind of what
Oh yeah,
I'm
we've
doing.
covered Sony on this channel as well, and it seems like, you know, did you are you going to be covering the fact that they ended up taking like physical gaming away, like from the PlayStation? Like, they've taken away physical games from PlayStation now.
I think I did mention that in my Sony sucks video. Like, I did a sucks video on them. It should be out soon. So I did mention that, like, why they suck, along with like other factors and shit.
So what's your opinion on them like taking physical media away? Do you think that's like a bad thing for the brand, a bad way for like consoles?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid. Like, what's the point? You know, it's not everyone wants to like buy things digitally, and plus some people don't have the best internet or whatever. And really, it's just more or less just, oh, we gotta be what is I'm looking for? We just gotta make sure you own nothing, be happy, so they can really track you. It's like the government. They want to make sure we are all having like digital money. Like, they don't want any options. They just want to control us pretty much. So I just see it as like a violation of like having freedom and, you know, for ourselves. I don't think it's a good move. It's not like Sony's the only ones doing it. Microsoft was doing this shit before them, really. And they're probably going to do that with like their next Xbox console, apparently. So it's only going to shoot themselves in the foot the long term. And if they keep this up, they probably may not even have like a business, like a foot in the market. And
They don't even know how to sell stuff digitally properly.
Nope. And that's the thing too. Did you also see that a few years ago Sony actually shed on Microsoft and Xbox for taking away physical media?
Yeah, that was the PS4, Xbox One.
But then a few years later, they ended up taking physical. Like, isn't the hypocrisy in that just so obvious?
It's funny. I think it's a joke that writes itself. That's what I can say about that. And it'd be fucking hilarious if Xbox like does an announcement for our next console, like, oh hey, for our next console will support physical media, and just take an obvious shot at them. And like, you know how much likes and support they would get from that alone? They probably could make a couple millions of dollars just from that alone. Like, with the amount of likes and attention like Domino's Pizza UK is getting for shitting on Sony, it'd be an easy slam dunk. It'd be pretty funny.
It would be pretty funny. It would be an easy slam dunk, and honestly, you know. But that's the thing, you know, all these people, they claim to have like standards and stuff, and they always, you know, backtrack on stuff. And I also see, like, you talked about like being like a strong opponent against AI. What's your criticisms of AI? Like, why do you think like AI is like super dangerous and stuff for like the environment, like, and all that? Because I feel like AI is like so easy to spread misinformation, especially if it's good enough.
Well, the thing about AI is really, it's like you just mentioned, a lot of reasons. It's easy to like spread misinformation. It's like, oh, this is what it actually is. In reality, it's not, like, to trick boomers and old people who are not tech savvy and whatever. But my thing is just like, it takes, like, if there's someone like tries to make content and use AI shit, it just takes no talent whatsoever. Like, it'd be one thing you like upscale shit, that's fine because that doesn't really do much. But when you start trying to make content, like pictures, like videos, whatever, using AI, it's soulless. And it also, like, it requires a lot of water to be used from like the data centers and shit, where it's just like, it's just damaging the world. And it's also been screwing with like RAM prices and tech prices and shit, which is why a lot of things have been just getting so fucked up in the ass and shit. It's like why no one likes AI and shit. Like, I just don't like it really, because it's no soul really. It's just soulless. Even if like you suck at making art or thumbnails, at least it's like the person making it, not just some bot or whatever. It just pretty much removes critical thinking, which is like, hey Gork, is this thing true? It's like it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I think it's fucking stupid too. Not only that, but it's like it's just a tool that should definitely be regulated. And I feel like a lot of these AI data centers definitely should be regulated. But
Yeah.
the problem is like they don't regulate them, and they just let people like make whatever stuff they want, even if it's
It was
misinformation.
created mostly as a workflow tool. Unfortunately, corpos got their hands on it and tried to pervert it into something it wasn't meant for.
Yes, exactly. And Torin is definitely right on that. It's like the definitely marketing is something it shouldn't be used for, and I feel like there should definitely be a lot of regulations because I feel like it's done. Do you feel like AI because I feel like AI has done more harm than good? Like, do you think AI has done more harm than good?
Yeah, it's probably going. If the rate we keep at this going with AI and shit, our worlds probably might not be very livable for much longer and shit, and it'd be really sad. Like, I don't really care what side it is, just like a lot of this shit has to go. Like, we have to get rid of it pretty much because the only thing I don't mind AI for is like upscaling, which that doesn't really have much of an effect really. It's like, oh, you upscale a picture to make it higher resolution. That's harmless. That doesn't do much. Like, you don't need data centers for that shit. But but unfortunately, tech bros, corporate executives are like, nope, we gotta use AI for much more for everything, so they can keep making money while we get fucked pretty much, and pretty much just get us out of gaming pretty much. It's too expensive that shit. So that's what I think.
I'm actually going to be after this interview. I'm going to be going to a James Fishback event, and he's like a candidate running for Florida governor. And one of his policies is banning like AI data centers throughout. It's like, what do you think? Do you think it's based? Like, you think he should just get rid of AI data centers as a whole?
Yes, they serve almost nothing. The amount of requirement it like uses our water is more than like what we use for like our crops pretty much. It's like not needed. Like AI is something we don't need to live. Like using like crops, we need crops to live. We need food to live, which is fine for agriculture to use so much water. Data centers, no. Like what the fuck is that going to do to help our lives? Like think about it, nothing.
Yeah, it really just helps nothing at all. And I feel like, all these data centers are doing is just destroying resources, destroying water. It's like we don't even need AI to live. Like AI is just a technology tool. It's just like, I don't feel like we don't need it to actually survive. And I definitely agree on that.
Amen.
So, last few questions before we end. It's like, how do you think the gaming industry, because the gaming industry is just so fucked. Like, how do you think the gaming industry could get better with like all these like woke stuff taking over all these video game companies? Like, how do you think they can get better?
Well, we have to fire them, which ironically Microsoft and Sony have been doing a lot of recently, which has been which is why you can say it's one of the few rare W's they've been taking lately, firing all the useless hacks and shit. Like, get rid of like these people who want to insert their fucking bullshit and just make games.
You hear Matt Hansen got fired?
No. I'm assuming he's a woke retard. Am I gonna guess?
He's the artist on Avowed that.
Okay, good. He fucking deserves it. Good riddance.
Yeah, the crusty white dude's comment. Yeah, that was him. He lost his job.
Good riddance. You suck. So yeah, but again, you have to get rid of a lot of these people who are just frauds. You gotta make video games people want to make. People like a lot of people want these types of things, like games with like characters who are masculine, who are cool, who do badass things. We want like badass characters like Leon Kennedy, Alex Mercer.
We want beautiful women too.
Yeah, them too, like hot chicks, fucking Jill Valentine, Rain, Laura Croft, all that shit. We want people who look attractive, who are cool, and they're like a bunch of awesome shit with fun gameplay and not a focus on microtransactions and like life service shit. We want like complete products, which is the reason why like older games are so much better, because you got an actual fucking product instead of like all this microtransactions like slop.
So what's going to be the future of the Destructor band? Like, the Destructor brand? Like, are you still going to be doing commentary videos? Will you be doing more streams and stuff?
I'm pretty much just gonna continue what I've been doing recently. Obviously commentary videos when I feel like it. I'm gonna do like videos outside of like commentary shit. Like again, talk about Nick Fuentes. I definitely think I'll talk about like how useless the school system is, that type of shit. I'll try to expand it, like to other topics for the main channel, but also like doing what people obviously want me to like watch and talk about. So keep a good balance. I'll definitely, since I have good internet now, I'll do streams, cringe-a-thons again, shitting on retards and shit, just to get some variety. You have to do like some variety to keep things interesting. And for the gaming channel, just kind of keep doing what I'm doing, ranting and then reviews. I have like some reviews I need to get off the ground, like retrospectives and shit. So just keep grinding when I can and just make the best content, honestly.
Which my buddy and Dan in chat, which he couldn't unfortunately make it to the interview, but he also wanted me to ask you earlier about like the Augie RFC, like, base and stuff. Because have you ever watched Augie RFC? If so, like, what's your opinion on Augie RFC and like the whole crew from back then to now?
I've never really watched Augie like that because I don't really watch streamer type people like that at all for the most part. That's just not for me. Like, because when I watch a video, I can just go in like, oh hey, watch this for like, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 minutes or something. Like a stream, it's like as long, and I'm like, I got so many things to do. I don't have time to like focus on that shit, So I can't say much about him. I don't know what he's doing. I know he was chill with Turkey Tom, I think, at one point. So I don't really have much of an opinion on him.
What's your? Because I know you told me you've watched Turkey Tom's, like, and you gave a little bit of opinions. Like, what's your opinion on Turkey Tom's old content and his like newer like documentary style content?
Turkey Tom's old content, like his golden era was like, I don't know, late 2010s up until like honestly, I'm trying to say like mid 2020s. I'm trying to remember I stopped caring about him. Probably like, I think I stopped caring about like by 2025, 2024, some shit or whatever. Because I just felt like he got very corporate and boring. Because like, when he's older content, he had like this unique underground sort of like alternative type of personality where it was like it was raw and like he had strong editing. It was just like him was roasting people and shit. Because I remember like I was like one of his earliest watchers when he used to shit on Cavos and like Logan Paul all the time and shit. That's how far back gone, like Mr. Enter. Before he just feels like a lot of his like more newer documentary shit is just slop pretty much. Like, oh, it's a summarization of what this person is instead of like interjecting his personal opinions on him like for being stupid or some shit, which I feel like his earlier documentary content was like, yeah, it's talking about what he's done, but also like interjecting his personal commentary, because that's kind of like what made me interested in him before I stopped watching. Like, okay, I just don't give a shit. It's too tame and shit and soft. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like that's the same with me too. So I actually used to watch Turkey Tom Golden videos, so he used to be more edgy back in like 2018. But now it's like he's just, he's so audience captured. And I feel like a lot of these creators, they used to be edgy and base, but then because the audience don't like that kind of content anymore, they're just being super audience captured. And it's just like now they're trying to basically, pander to popular opinion rather than their original base that actually, was there since the beginning. And I feel like that's kind of sad. And that's why I personally don't have respect for a lot of these creators personally.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is with a lot of those like commentary channels. They just all want to be like Moist Critical Light pretty much, or Mudahar Light pretty much.
What's your opinion on like Moist Critical? Because like he's like the top dog, but I feel like he's just very flip-floppy in my opinion at least.
He's okay. He's fine for giving like the safe basic take. Like he doesn't do anything remotely offensive. Like he's usually just has reasonable takes that are fine. Like he has the occasional like stupid take, like the whole Vince McMahon situation happened a few years ago. I thought it was pretty fucking stupid. But usually like the worst kind of Moist Critical takes are not like offensively retarded. They're not like leftist like fucking Hassan like Orbiter type of shit or whatever. Yeah. Like he's just pretty much a normie, really. At the end of the day,
he's
like
just a normie that appeals to both sides. I feel like, and I feel like that's just the problem with him. I feel like for me at least,
that's pretty much it. It's not offensive. I'm not going to do like top 10 reasons why this guy sucks. He's not worth it.
Oh no, it's definitely not offensive. I just feel like I feel personally like I'm on the opposite. I feel like he's he doesn't go hard enough on certain situations. I feel like that he needs to.
Unless your name is Sneako, then he pretty much bullies the shit out of him, which was hilarious. I will always respect. That's a reason I'll never shit on him. Like, he pretty much owns Sneako. If you can own that fucking degenerate pedo, I have no problems with you. Like,
Which, to be fair, Moist Critical kind of lost that debate when he started defending like child sex transitioning.
that
and
was
felt like-
stupid.
Even Turkey Tom was like, "Hey, I hate Sneako," because Turkey Tom was making Sneako videos. But even Turkey Tom came out was like, "Look, I hate to do it. I have to give Sneako a W on this point because like I feel like the other stuff, like the cooking stuff, like Moist Critical owned him on the cutie stuff and all that. But then
The
when he
gun
started-
shit.
yeah, the gun shit. But then when he started talking about child sex transit, it's just like, bro, you're literally giving the guy the W here because you're making the cuck and the guy that defended cutie sound more reasonable when you're advocating for child. Like if he just disavowed that part, he would have definitely mopped the floor with Sneako. But I feel like Sneako kind of got a little like it felt like it wasn't like a full on W on Moise's end because Moise had to bring in a child sex transition.
Yeah, that
what destroyed it.
That pretty much just ruined his credibility in that sense. That was pretty much like if you didn't do that, it would have been like bye bye Sneako, which is unfortunate. But other than that, Moist Critical was pretty much bullying Sneako. At least in that first drama they had, that was
Oh, yeah,
glorious.
100%.
That was fucking awesome. I loved it.
But then it's just like that's the thing. These commentators, they have a right point, but then they ruin it by just with the dumb shit. Like Most Critical ruined the Sneak Up thing with talk about child sex transition things. I feel like the whole commentator community would have been fully team Moist Critical if he didn't bring in that part and like basically go fully lefty liberal on that point.
Yeah, but it definitely would have been nice. But it is what it is. I mean, Sneako is mostly a laughing stock, and fucking he's just nowadays just getting bullied by Alex Jones apparently from like the little shit.
Oh yeah, we watched that yesterday, and Alex, like that's the thing. Which Sneako had a few good points in that, but Alex Jones kind of like mopped the floor a little bit. But he did it in like such a funny way. He called him sneaky to his face. It kept on like lashing out in a funny way. Like it was one of the best.
He was supposed to be on his show today. I don't know. What
Yeah, he
happened.
was supposed to be on a show today, but I haven't seen it confirmed or anything. So I guess they didn't end up doing it. Hopefully, they do it sometime this weekend. But they were supposed to. Sneako was supposed to go on Infowars and do part 2, but it never happened. I don't know what.
Well, I don't even think Alex Jones even owns Infowars anymore. I thought that shit was liquidated and someone else.
Oh no, yeah, it was, but they have their own news show called the Alex Jones Show. So it's not Infowars anymore now. Infowars is owned by someone else. So yeah, you're all right. It's called the Alex, but they still call it Infowars, even though it's legally called the Alex Jones Show. But people still refer to Infowars because like that's the thing. Let's be real. Infowars was Alex Jones' thing, and Infowars is known as Alex Jones' show. Not like no one's gonna watch the fucking liberal version of Infowars that they stole. Like no one's gonna watch that shit. So
Pretty much. Like, people want to watch the Infowars for Alex Jones's WWE fucking personality with, like, whoever he brings on or some shit, like Dave Mustaine from Megadeth or whichever right-wing pundit likes to come on the show or something. Like, that's what we all came for, because Alex Jones, he may be a bit crazy, but goddamn is that motherfucker entertaining.
He is definitely entertaining. Now, that's the thing. I appreciate the conversation. It's been a long conversation, which I don't mean to cut it short, but I do got to get ready for the fishback thing. Like I said, you're always welcome on the show, but do you have any closing statements you want to say for the interview before I end up wrapping things up and going to this James Fishback event?
No, but not really. I'm just going to say subscribe to my channels. If you want to follow me on Twitter, join my Discord server, follow me on Instagram. It's cool. You don't have to, but I greatly would appreciate it. Support me.
I'll go ahead and put your YouTube and Twitter. And that's the thing. Like I said, you're always welcome on the show. I'll reach out. Like if I cover like a Gideon segment or something that you're willing to be interested in, I'll reach out to you. You're always welcome back on. I appreciate you coming on for this interview. It's been a really great conversation. Make sure you guys check out Destructor on YouTube, and I'm putting his links down in the chat below. In fact, I'll just go ahead and get his fucking channel link. Come on.
yeah, that's pretty much like just you want to support me on Patreon, I have that. If you want to help me financially, if in any way, if not, so appreciate it. Just out here doing content I want to do because I definitely got some other ideas. I'm definitely thinking about doing a Sneako video because I feel like it's time to start bullying him again because sometimes certain people need to get bullied over and over. That's just kind of
probably like, even though I do like Sneako's rhetoric, I'll probably react to it to like give my own thoughts on it. It's like a more neutral, because that's the thing. Obviously, I don't agree with like the cutie stuff and all that past shit. Like, I do
third
like
world Islam
and the
shit,
third
like taking
world,
over America.
But I do agree with his criticism, and the reason I was reacting to his Venezuela, because I do agree with like some of his criticisms of Israel, and I feel like sometimes he'll say stuff that no one else says, and I feel like it should be highlighted. So it's like that's why it's like I'm sometimes pro Sneako, because I feel like he does say stuff that no one else says. But it's like that's why you have people like me, that don't believe in cuties, don't believe in Islam, that comes and says the right shit to be said. But appreciate you coming on. It's been a great conversation. I'm glad we got to talk about a lot of this stuff. Like we got to talk about the Gideon stuff, Hassan, and all that. And I appreciate you answering a lot of questions really well. I appreciate Torin giving his thoughts on the stuff as well. I feel like Torin gave little insight. And shout out to Duma Rabbit for being asleep during this whole interview and not saying a damn thing.
Sleepy Duma Rabbit. He was very sleepy.
Sleepy Duma Rabbit, Sleepy Jim, sleepy old man.
Very sleepy. I'm going to be him in the election. It's going to be a landslide. I'm going to make America great again. I'm going to grab her by the pussy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. Grab her by the pussy.
But yeah, appreciate you coming on, man. I hope you have a good one, man. You're always welcome back on the show, and I'll keep in touch whenever I cover a Gideon segment, whatever he decides to come back. But I appreciate you coming on. It's been Destructor. His link is in the chat. I put his YouTube link, and I'm putting his Twitter link there as well. Go follow and support him if you like his appearance. So yeah, it's been Destructor, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the outro of the stream. So thank you, Destructor, for coming on. I do appreciate it. So now, guys, it's been it for the show. All right, see you later, Destructor. All right, guys, it's been it for the show. Thank you to Torin for coming on. Thank you for Duma Rabbit for coming on, even though he fell asleep.
Damn it, Jim.
But yeah, it's all right. He ended up coming on for his topic anyways for the Kaycetron thing, and I told him he could fall asleep after. So technically, it's like he didn't do anything.
Oh, so you said he could fall asleep on stream.
Yeah, I just said he needed to just stay on for his segment, and his segment only, basically. But yeah, thank you, Destructor, for coming on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Destructor.
Yep,
like
happy
I said,
birthday,
follow
man.
on Twitter and all that. It was a really great interview, really great discussion, and I'm going to go ahead. But that's the thing. Guys, just to let y'all know, I will be live around like 10:30 for the James Fishback event that will be going on. So make sure you guys, tune in for that. It's been me, your boy Triton, and I am signing out. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if y'all new and all that. And I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. Peace. Hold on. I gotta get the right song, lol. All right, guys. Peace.
You ain't even seeing them evil demons. I got them. I thought them up in my sleep. You can call it insomnia. You probably catching your sleep if my words ain't catching on to ya. Even when thoughts are high, I still feel a little low. Ain't a thing that can kill the pain. Make me feel no more. Pockets got the munchies for money. I feed them how I can. Getting dollars working harder than the blue collar man. Holla at me, man. Try to get the best of me. See, powerful and insane is a dangerous recipe. One half of me is a saint. The rest of me's a sinner. I light them up to roast and then I eat them up for dinner. Light them up, light them up, light them up. Now so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find true love that I can find. There's a whole new world up in the upper air. So light them up, light them up, light them up. Now so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find a new way to climb. a riot, something catch on fire tonight. We don't care. Though my life is a mess, I'm always dressing the best. Where easily I get past the finish line of rest. There, it ain't fair the situation that I was given. When I was a child, I barely had a pop to listen. My ears are glued to the music, that's why I never listen. My swag is so bright, it shines at night, now it glistens. I'm shining like a diamond. What up? Take a seat. The strap your seatbelt tight, I and feel the beat from the feet all the way to your gut. You better duck, cause we about to run them up. A lot of more, a lot of more, a lot of more, a lot of more. Life so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find you know that I can fly. There's a whole new world up in the offering. So a lot of more, a lot of more, a lot of more. Life so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find a new way to climb. It'll all make perfect sense in the end. You can't touch the bottom. I can find, you know that I can find. There's a whole new world up in the offering. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. Life's so deep, you can't touch the bottom. I can find a new way to climb. It'll all make perfect sense in the end. Ooh.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys in an hour. Like button, all that. Peace.